Alicia Morrison's ex-fiancé William Moreland owes for 2 engagement rings. William is countersuing, claiming Alicia has harassed him and his family.
All rise. Now, this is case number 331 on the calendar in the matter of Morris versus Moreland. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Morris, this used to be your fiancé.
Yep.
Yes would be appropriate.
Yes.
According to your complaint, he wanted to buy some rings. You went to a jewelry store. You picked out 2 rings. He had lousy credit. You were dumb enough to put it on your credit.
Yes.
The engagement didn't last. The marriage didn't go through. He gave you back his ring. So you have both rings now. You try to return them. You couldn't because they had already been sized. You're stuck with the rings and also stuck paying for them.
Yes.
You want him to do it because that's what he said he was going to
Yes.
do. Mr. Moreland says he gave you your ring because you promised to marry him. You didn't marry him. Therefore, you pay for the ring. All right, well, let's get to it. Can I see the rings, please, Bert? Who are these people?
This is my sister and my brother-in-law here.
They have anything to do with this case other than here to show you moral support?
They do.
Oh, good. Okay. So one is clearly an engagement ring.
Yes.
This is an engagement ring, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. This is a wedding band, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now, tell me how it came about that you purchased these rings.
Do I start from the beginning, or the ring part?
When did you meet and when did you fall in love?
Okay, we met May 05.
I mean, I don't, you want to know about that? You met, you fell in love. Okay. Perfect. Good.
Okay, gotcha.
Wonderful. Now, tell me about the day you went to the jewelry store.
September or something. I don't know the exact date. I have the receipts and stuff.
Good.
But we went there. I asked him a million times. I said, are you sure? Because he does not have credit at all. And I know this, but he had a job.
Tell me.
Sorry.
Tell me what you know. Don't
Okay,
tell
what do
me
you
what
want?
he had. Just tell me you went to the jewelry
Yes, we
store
did.
and...
We went to the jewelry store. He said, pick anything that I wanted. So I picked the ring that I wanted. He said that he would pay for it. I put it on my credit because I have the good credit. And there you go.
Oh, just a second. Whose idea was it to go to the jewelry store?
Both of ours.
What do you mean, both of you?
We agreed in the car that we would both go together and pick out my ring.
Okay. And when did he give you the ring?
That day. He put it on my finger that day.
When did he ask you to marry him?
Well, we had discussed it in the car going up there. And then that day, he proposed to me that day.
Anything precipitated?
What does precipitated mean?
Anything come before that? You know, I mean, was there any discussion of marriage? You were in a car.
We had talked about it forever. We met May 05. We liked each other and we fell in love.
All right.
And yeah.
So this is an engagement
Yes,
ring.
it is.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you put the ring on her finger, right?
No, I did not.
Well, tell me how it happened, sir.
She got kicked out of her parents' house. And,
You were in a car going to the jewelry store.
Okay, we were in a car going to the jewelry store. She brought up the idea of marriage. She's the one that...
Just a second. What did she say to you and what did you say to her?
She was
No,
like...
listen to me. Listen to me. If you tell the truth, I'm going to say something to you, and I want you to think about it and just remember what I'm saying. If you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory.
Yeah.
If you lie, you have to have a very good memory, because you won't find anybody that can trip you up faster than me. So I want you to remember, if you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. You're in the car. Go.
We're in the car. She brought up the idea of marriage.
Good.
And
Sometimes a girl has to do that if a guy is not moving fast enough.
yeah.
Sad, what did you say?
I was like, yeah, I just kind of went with it, you know?
No. Mr. Moreland. Mr. Moreland.
It's the truth.
I don't want to hear you just about whether you just decided to go along with it. She brought up the concept of marriage. What did she say? What were her words?
I don't remember her exact words that day.
What do you think about us getting married?
Yeah, and I said, at the time I loved her, so I'm not going to say
Oh, there
no.
you go. So you loved her,
Yeah,
and so you wanted to get married.
yeah,
Okay. Now, whose idea was it to go and look for rings?
hers.
Tell me what she said.
She wanted to stop by the jewelry store and look at a ring.
And
figure
what
out.
did you say?
I said, okay.
Great. Now we're cruising.
Yeah.
So you went to the jewelry store, and what did you do once you got into the jewelry? Take your hands out of your pockets. What did you do once you got into the jewelry store, Mr. Moreland?
She selected a ring that she liked.
Just a second. You didn't stand there like a dummy, did you?
I stood there while she selected a
No,
ring.
you didn't stand there like a dummy. You said something. You walked in, somebody came over and said, may I help you?
Yeah,
And did you tell them what you were looking for?
she didn't.
You didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't say, just a second. You didn't say anything.
I did not.
I don't buy that, sir. What do you do for a living?
I'm a carpet cleaner.
You worked steadily?
Yes.
Do you have to sometimes go in and you say, why don't you do 3 rooms? We have a special today, 3 rooms instead of 1 room. We could do 3 rooms for this one. You ever say that?
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. Not in your vocation, but I had people say it to me. So you're a salesman, sometimes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So you didn't go in there and stand there like a dummy. You at least communicated in some respect with either her or the salesman.
I did.
Perfect. So what did you say?
Well, I don't remember my exact words of the evening or the afternoon, but presumably I went up there. The lady asked, can she help us? And I said yes, and then Mrs. Morris took it from there. And
well, did you give her a budget? Did you say, listen, there is a particular budget, or don't look for something in 5 carats. We're not talking about spending $100,000 here. This is about what I can spend. Did you give her any sort of parameters?
No, everything was her idea.
Put your hand down. You weren't there, were you?
She called me out.
You weren't there, were you?
No, ma'am.
Good.
Everything was her idea.
Right, that's sometimes the way it happens, sir. Some of the best marriages start out with that.
Yes.
I remember saying to my husband, opening up a calendar and looking at him, he was dragging his tail. I looked at him and I said to him, pick a date. There's the calendar, pick a date. And he did. And he would say, I just went along with the drill. And look how happy he is 30 years later. But pick a date.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I can tell you exactly how this ended.
Make sure it's nice.
It's as nice as I can make it, but this is her character that I'm going to tell you about.
And later today,
You called him. He responded to your home within 24 hours. And my question to you is, why didn't you make good on the check for 1 month? He didn't want it.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 24-year-old Alicia Morris is suing her ex-fiancé, 25-year-old William Moreland, for the cost of 2 engagement rings. William claims the engagement was Alicia's idea.
Now let's talk about this ring, sir. Mm-hmm. This is a wedding band. See,
Yeah.
I know that. And this is a male wedding band. Tell me how you got this.
She bought it for me. She went to the jewelry store.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time. Like 2 days later.
And did you go with her to have it sized?
Yeah.
She didn't take your arm off and take your finger over to the jewelry store without you being there, did she?
She did not.
So you went there. And what happened when you went there? You said, I wanted to get this size for me?
Yeah.
Right?
I had it sized.
When did this great romance end?
Like a couple weeks later,
How come?
our same problems resurfaced.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly how this ended.
Go ahead.
She,
Make sure it's nice.
it is nice. It's as nice as I can make it, but this is her character that I'm going to tell you about. We went to visit my mom. She criticized me in front of my mother, and one time my mom defended me, and she cursed in front of my mom and cursed my mom and me out and left alone. And we've been broken up ever since. That's how we broke up.
Okay. Not a lovely thing. But let me explain to you what the rules are with regard to engagement rings, sir. The rules with engagement rings are that a man buys an engagement ring for a woman in anticipation of getting married. And you are absolutely right that she broke the engagement, but it really doesn't make any difference because the contract is broken. There is no marriage. So you get the ring back. This is your ring. You get it back. Because usually the man pays for the engagement ring. And I absolutely believe her when she says that you said, pick out whatever you want, and I'll pay for it. She wasn't intending to buy her own engagement ring. She was intending for you to buy the engagement ring out of your work as a carpet cleaner. Because you do work. It'd be different if you didn't work, but you work. And we're not talking about the Hope Diamond here. It's very, very nice. Cost $730, something like that. Right? She thoroughly anticipated that you were going to purchase this for her and pay the bill when it came. So she stuck with the bill. And the bill for your ring is how much?
$769.33.
Let's round it off to $770. Now, this is something entirely different, madam. This you bought for him.
Yes, I did.
I hope the next guy has the same ring size.
Me too.
Would you give this
We're
back
working
to her,
on it.
please?
We're working on it.
Would you give this back to her, please?
Thank you.
And Mr. Moreland, being engaged means, and if you buy a ring, means you buy the ring. She doesn't buy a ring for herself. That would be different if you didn't go with her to the store, if you didn't communicate with the salesperson, if she went out and said, honey, I picked out a ring for myself. Do you love it? I really love it. This is what I want to get married. Here's the ring I picked out for myself. different. But you went to the jewelry store together. You went there looking for a ring. She said to you, do you like it? This is what I like. Do you like it? You said, yes, I like it. If you like it, I'm happy. I love you. That's what you said. You said, I loved her, right?
At the time I bought it, I did not say I paid for it.
Oh, no, I don't believe that. I believe that you said to her, you use your credit, but you'll pay for it. There is not a question in my mind that the agreement between the two of you was that she was not going to pay for her own engagement ring.
Found out after the fact, but that day it was impulsive.
I don't care whether it was that day or the next day. There is no question in my mind that you agreed to pay for this engagement ring, whether it was that day or the next day or 2 days later. Yes, what?
That day, literally, she was really stressed out. She was like, we're going to Disneyland. And then they didn't end up going. She called me and she was like, we're getting engaged. Here are the rings. It was really impulsive. It was, and he loves her, so it was more of like.
I went with the flow.
So what? Are you married?
No, ma'am.
Ever been?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get engaged?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get a ring?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he buy the ring?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he pay for the ring?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what happens. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $770. That's all.
Ma'am.
Goodbye. Oh, you have a harassment
Counterclaim for
counterclaim?
harassment. I'd
It's
like to
nonsense. For harassment, if you paid her for the ring, she would stop harassing you.
Parties are excused and they step out.
She's crazy.
He owes me the money, and that's all I'm going to say.
She needs help that I can't give her.
I'm happy that it's over.
I'm done. It's over.
That's the bottom line, and I won. Thank you very much.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Solara versus Lara. Step forward, please.
27-year-old Angela Solura is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old Freddie Lara, for a loan to restore his Mustang. Freddie claims Angela paid the bill without consulting him.
Mr. Laura, it is your claim that the defendant, who is an old boyfriend of yours, owes you some money.
Correct.
For a loan that you made to him. And the purpose of the loan was to have an old car fixed.
Yes.
This was a specialty car?
It's just, it's going to be a classic soon. It's just a car I always wanted
Me
to fix
too.
up.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Lara?
I clean windows on high rises.
That's a pretty dangerous job.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
Like 7, 8 years now.
Make a good living?
Yeah, except when they lay you off.
Well, you don't do it when it's windy or snowing or raining.
Right.
How much do you make a year?
Anywhere from 48 to 68,000 a year.
And how many people do you support?
Just myself.
What kind of car is this that you have?
It's a 1986 Ford Mustang GT.
And your age, sir?
24 now.
Got a lot of money in the bank?
No, unfortunately.
Do you own a home?
No, I'm working on it. I'm renting an apartment for now.
Well, you make a lot of money. What do you do with all your money?
It's expensive to live in New York.
You don't put any money away?
No, I try. Not really.
You need a good woman, sir, to help you out. You also have a claim for harassment. It is your claim that he's been making harassing phone calls to you, and it's because you believe it's because you confronted his now girlfriend and told her that he was still involved with you.
She did not know about the payments. She never knew. He began dating her a week after we broke up, and she just found out about our involvement beginning of January of
How did
this
she
year.
find out?
She found a text message in his phone.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, sir, because she was harassing.
She was harassing for what?
Yeah, she was mad about the breakup, so she
She
couldn't
mad
leave
about
me
the
alone.
breakup, or did she ask you for money?
She was harassing me about everything.
Was money involved?
Yes.
These are not hard questions, sir. Now, tell me about this loan.
We were dating for about a year, and within that time, he needed some major repair work done on the car. It was a car that both of us were using for transportation, or rather him. I don't drive. I don't have a license.
So he was driving you around?
Yes. I used to live with him, and where we live, you cannot get around unless you have a car.
How long did you live together?
About 9 months.
Where were you living at the time? In your apartment?
Staying with my mom at the time.
So how were you living together?
She
Where did you live together?
In his bedroom.
At his mother's house?
In his mother's house.
Just a second. In his mother's house. So neither one of you were paying any rent?
I did I tried to give them money as much as I could.
Don't tell me tried. I'm not interested in your trying. So you weren't paying any rent? And you weren't paying any rent?
We were, when we could.
Well, sir, if you make $50,000 a year, it seems to me you could help out with your own rent. What does your mother do for a living?
She's a stay-at-home mom.
Well, how does she support herself?
Her boyfriend.
And she had the two of you living there.
Yes, correct.
Tell me about the loan.
He needed some major repair work done on the car. The car was not running, and he asked if he could use my credit card because I don't have any money except for my credit card, and he told me he would pay me back. So I lent him the credit card, and within that time, he was making payments to me weekly.
To you or to the credit card?
He was giving them to me, and I was paying the credit card because the credit card was in my name.
How much was he giving you?
Anywhere from $100 to $200 a week.
Tell me when you actually put the bill on your credit card. What was the date?
Between June and July, 7 transactions were put on the credit card in the amount of about $5,000.
I'd like to see it.
Sure.
Who had physical possession of the credit card?
I did.
So how would this money be placed on the credit card?
A few times I went with him to use the credit card, and there were a few times where I just gave him the card. And I never used the credit card, Your Honor, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 times. It was all of the car repairs.
Who has the car now?
It's his car. He has it.
When did you break up?
August 26th of 2006.
So shortly after the car was taken
Yes.
care of. Now, Mr. Lara, I read your answer. Your answer says that you had made an arrangement with the place that was fixing your car, that you were going to pay them out.
Yes.
And she took it upon herself to go in with a credit card and pay the bill. But that's not true, because there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different times that the credit card was used. It was more than one time, so you must have known about it.
Yes, I did.
And did you say, don't do it because I'm going to pay them
Absolutely.
out?
I insisted that she didn't do it.
Each time you said, don't do it because I'm going to pay them out.
She said it's something we both need, so...
I believe that. No, I believe that. Listen to me, Mr. Lara. I believe that she said to you, listen, I use the car, because she did use the car. So she said, we're both using the car, so I'm going to pay for it. Instead of paying them, pay me. And she says that you were giving her money, Mr. Lara.
Yeah, I felt bad. I didn't want her to spend so much for
Now,
a gift.
you felt bad when you were living together?
Yes.
Speak up!
Yes.
Scared to death of me or what? Are you always this low energy, sir?
Yes.
It's very hard to get excited with you, Mr. Lara. Mr. Lara, I want you to pay careful attention to all my words, sir. While you were living together, you felt badly about what she spent on the car, on your car, so you were giving her money.
Yes.
After you broke up, you stopped feeling badly, so you stopped giving her money. Is that what you're telling me?
She kept on harassing...
No, don't tell me her. I don't want to hear harassing. I want to hear, while you were living together and using the car together, listen, I want you to follow the logic of this. You were paying her while you were together and using the car together, right?
Yes.
After you broke up with her and started to see your new girlfriend and she wasn't using the car anymore with you, you didn't feel badly anymore, so you stopped giving her money.
Well, I didn't want it to interfere with my relationship. She kept harassing me because things with her, who she was trying to get with, wasn't going well, so I think she's suing me because of the
I don't
breakup.
give a rat's behind what you think. I asked you a very simple question, and you understand my question, because I don't think there's total vacancy between your ears, sir. While you were together and both using it, you paid her for laying out the money. When you were no longer together and she wasn't using the car, you stopped paying her. That's what you're telling me. That's objective, not what you thought, what you felt, but da-da-da-da. That's what happened. Doesn't that sound stupid to you?
No, because it was a gift.
Mr. Lara, I know that you have this word gift in your mind, but what you did in paying her belies the fact that it was a gift, sir. You paid her for the credit card. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars, according to her, because she's only suing you for what she claims is the balance, which is $3,400. And the total was close to $5,000 to fix the car. So you paid her a lot of money to pay down the credit card. Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
Listen, was he more exciting when you were together?
He had his moments.
Few and far between.
He has a problem with confrontation, Your Honor.
He has a problem with confrontation?
Yes.
Oh, and I love confrontation. That's why we don't get along. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,400. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may step out.
Changed my number. Somehow she called my mom and got my new number.
He is correct. I was able to get his new phone number.
She kept on calling me and leaving me text messages.
It was to get my money back. That was it.
We split up, and she doesn't find it was a good enough reason for a breakup.
That was in August. I've had time to get over it.
I'm glad it's over.
I'm very happy I can put a closure on this now.
Ann Gribben is suing singer-entertainer Porter Singletary for the return of her deposit. Ann claims Porter stopped performing halfway through her son's birthday party.
All rise. Yeah, this is case number 498 on the calendar in the matter of Gribben versus Singletary. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Miss Gribben, you hired the defendant, who was a singer,
Yes.
to sing at your son's birthday party.
Yes.
You gave him a deposit of $250. You want that deposit back because you claim that he came to the party and left after performing 3 songs.
Correct.
Mr. Singletary says that he came to the party, he was ready to continue with his part of the contract, but you had at least one unruly guest who wouldn't stop heckling him, and you did not take care of your guest. So that's his defense.
Yes.
How much were you supposed to pay him for the evening?
$450 for 4 hours.
And when did you hire him?
I'm not exactly sure of the date. I do have a letter that I did write him enclosed with my check.
Okay. What date is on the letter?
July 17th,
And when was the party?
18th of August.
How far do you live from the Gribben home, sir?
Oh, 15 minutes.
And tell me what happened when you got there.
I brought my equipment in.
What equipment did you bring?
Sound equipment, PA equipment,
And you set up.
and I set up.
What time did you arrive, sir?
I got there at about 10 minutes to 7.
You were due there at 7?
I was supposed to start at 7:30,
Okay, great.
and I actually started at 7:20 because there were guests there.
Okay, keep going.
So I started singing at about 7:20, doing everything basically that they've always heard me sing in the past at other events. It was about 8:10, still singing. They informed me that the sun was going to arrive. When the sun was to arrive, I was to stop the music, and we're going to sing Happy Birthday to him. So we went ahead and we stopped the music. He came in at about 8:20. I've already sang an hour. And then the sun comes in, and we all sing Happy Birthday. And he comes in, he walks through. I continue to sing. A lady came up to me, and she said to me, "Can you pick the pace up a little bit? Can you sing something a little bit more up?" I said, "Sure, fine."
Not Miss Gribben.
Yeah, I don't know who this person is.
You mean the person who came up to you?
The person that came up to me. So, out of respect to the household and the people that were there, I said, "Okay, fine." So I sang something a little up. I sang 2 more songs. Then the lady, she comes back again, and she says, "Could you sing something, a little bit more up?" And I go, "I am singing up. What do you want me to sing?" She says, "Oh, I don't know, just anything, but sing it up." I said, "But if you tell me what kind of music you want, I can sing it." So then she says, "Oh, just go ahead." So I sang a couple of more songs. She comes right back again after 2 songs. And I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "Well, could you sing something a little more up?" I says, "Look, this is your 3rd time to come to me. You need to tell me what it is that you want." So then she says, "Well, just anything." So I said, "Okay, fine." I turned the music off, and that's when I went in to look for the plaintiff. The lady that had been coming to me to ask me these questions, they were in the room together. And when I came to the door, they were talking about me, and they both turned red in the face because they were saying something. And then I just said, "I don't know who this lady is." I said, "You know what I do? She wants me to do something that I don't know what she wants me to do, and it's total throwing off everything that I do as an entertainer." Within about 2 minutes, all of a sudden some music comes on, blasting, some kind of rock punk music. And I go, "What are you guys doing?" And then so she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe that this is happening." And
Who said that?
The plaintiff. And then so
Well, who
I
changed
said,
the music? Who changed the music, Miss Gribben?
The bartender.
The bartender. Go ahead.
So then she said, "Oh, Porter, I can't believe this." And I just said, "Well, you know what? I'm an entertainer, and I'm singing, and I sing with a feel. And when you change the mood of the show, it throws everything completely off. And this music, and the kids are just bouncing their head around, and they're into this music.
So they're into a little more upbeat music.
Up to this music."
Okay. You left because of this disagreement that you had with our son's fiancée.
Well, whomever this lady was.
That was the son's fiancée.
It was the son's fiancée, the girlfriend, yes.
Girlfriend. Word girlfriend, fiancée. Now I'll hear you.
Okay, I remember it a little differently. First of all, Porter's a fabulous singer. I don't question that one bit. We've seen him at several venues, different places.
And nobody's ever had a problem with him?
Nobody that I know has ever had a problem with him.
Right, that's why you hired him, because you liked the way he sang, and nobody ever had a problem with him.
He's a super
So
singer.
now I'm hearing you.
But it's a little different. The times are a little different. He wasn't there that long. I remember it that he sang 3 songs.
Well, he sang more than 3 songs.
Oh,
Three
okay.
songs last half of the amount of time we've just spent together.
Okay, okay. Okay.
So I know you said 3 songs. That wasn't
okay.
true. Keep going.
Well, what happened was my son's girlfriend did interrupt him. I don't know how many times it was. Porter came to me, what he's saying is true, and he was telling me what happened, and he was upset about it. And when he told me, I was upset about it. I had no idea. But I want to just tell you one thing that was a little different. Porter was going to come that day with a DJ. And what happened was 2 things. He was going to come at 1 o'clock that day, and we were going to go over the song list. But it was his birthday that day, and he called me and said his family was taking him out to lunch. Would it be all right if he didn't come? I said, yes, it's fine. We'll see you tonight.
Okay.
And then when he got there, I said, where's the DJ?
You mean you thought you were going to get a singer and a DJ for $450?
Right, well,
what planet do you live on?
I'm sorry, not a DJ. I'm sorry, DJ equipment. I'm sorry,
Okay.
not a DJ. I'm sorry.
So you had entertainment for the entire day. He was going to sing and DJ equipment when he wasn't singing.
Correct.
For $450. Keep going.
Okay, but he got his DJ equipment stolen, and I said the reason I'm bringing that up is I said that was no big deal. I mean, he sings beautifully.
Let's go.
But what happened was when he came to me and told me that my son's girlfriend was had interrupted him, you know, I told him that I would immediately speak with her, and he's telling the truth. When he stopped playing, the bartender turned the music on. So I told Porter, I said, I'll turn it off. I mean, I begged him to stay. I mean, I told him I'd do whatever I could to, What
did you say to your son's fiancée?
I asked her, I confronted her immediately because she walked in right kind of behind Porter, and I said, what's going on?
And what did she say?
She says, well, I just wanted him to play something a little different or something a little upbeat.
Well, it's not
I
up
said,
to her.
Oh, absolutely. I said, let me handle this.
And what did she say?
Oh, okay, you know, but I mean, I agree that she was rude. But what I told Porter that night, I said, Porter, I mean, you're terrific, and everybody here thinks you are. We want you to stay. I mean, I'll muzzle her. I'll do whatever you want. I mean, I wasn't unruly guests. I mean, it was he has to admit, it was family and friends.
Got it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's still the girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend now.
How much after the party did she become an ex?
Couple months.
See how things all work out for the best?
We didn't really like her.
You didn't
probably
really...
shouldn't say that.
And later today,
And her parents probably looked at you like I'm looking at you and saying, why? I raised this nice girl and she brings me home a bum. Why? What happened?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ann Gribben claims professional singer Porter Singletary stopped performing halfway through her son's birthday party. Porter claims he was rattled by one of the guests.
He came to perform in good faith. According to you, you've seen him perform at many other venues.
Yes, I did.
He's never had a problem.
Well, not that I know of.
If he'd had a problem, you would have known about it if you were there.
No,
so he's never had a problem. You hired him. He wanted to do a good job. Clearly, something at your son's birthday was so distasteful that he felt as if he was prepared to risk your good offices to say, I'm leaving. I can't work in this kind of environment. You acknowledge that your guest was rude to him. He doesn't have to tolerate somebody being rude to him. You know, it would have been nice if he said, well, I'll suck it up and continue to play, but he doesn't have to tolerate that. He can leave. So the question is, was the time that he spent at your home worth $250, which was your deposit? And it was. He's an entertainer. He entertained. He came to your house. He spent an hour and a half there. He set up. He performed for $250. That's a bargain. He's entitled to $250. So, did your son have a good time at his 30th birthday?
We still had a good time, but it was an embarrassing thing.
Of course you still had a good time. Well, don't you think he was embarrassed?
Yeah, I guess I've seen it a little bit differently, but I mean, I don't deny that he, you know, is not a good singer. I mean, I can't say that.
No, he was embarrassed.
It's just that we tried to do our best to make it good with him. I mean,
I believe that you did. I believe that you said, let me handle it. You
yeah,
said
I did.
To your future daughter-in-law, let me handle it. She's still the girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend now.
Ah. See what happened? Sometimes all things work out for the best. How much after the party did she become an ex?
Couple months.
Couple of months. See how things all work out for the best?
We didn't really like her.
You
I
didn't
probably
really-
shouldn't say that.
Well, listen, you never know what's going to happen in the future, so got to keep all your options open. But it sounds to me as if he had a good time at his party.
He did.
Good. I'm glad. He's entitled to his $250. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He did sort of ruin the party.
People do whatever they want to do.
He left, kind of left me high and dry.
I am not there to control the crowd.
Yeah, I think he had a bad day.
But it is a lesson learned.
Julie Brinkington is suing her daughter, April Whiteman, for a loan to save her home from foreclosure. April says her mother is a mean, hateful, and vindictive woman.
All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 478 on the calendar in the matter of Brinkington versus Whiteman.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Brinkington, the defendant is your daughter, and you claim a loan to her in the amount of $5,000 to pay off some bills that she had. Your daughter says that you never made a loan to her. You helped her out when she was in financial difficulty. She is counterclaiming, alleging that you made false reports to Child Protective Services about her, causing her to lose her teenage daughter for 6 months. She wants to be compensated. Tell me about when you made this alleged loan.
Well, the loan of $5,000 was made in the summer of 2004, and April came knocking, banging on my door.
Just a second.
You know, crying.
Listen to me, Miss Brinkington. What month in the summer of 2004?
It was May.
And your daughter came to your house and...
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
She came to my house, tears, you know, dropping from her eyes. Oh, I got to see you, I got to see you, I got to see you, like that. And I didn't know what to think because my daughter has been estranged from me since 1977. And I never see her unless she wants to borrow money or something. And out of the clear blue sky she comes, and she's begging me and crying. And she says, my children are going to be on the street if you don't do something. You got to do something. Please do something. She says, if you will do something, she says, I would be the kind of daughter I should have been all those years. She's saying, if you'll do that, she says, I'll come and visit you. I'll send you Mother's Day, Christmas, birthday.
Miss
She's never done any of
Miss
that.
Brinkington. Your daughter, according to your complaint, needed money. And according to you, you paid some of her bills.
I have the canceled checks for that.
I'd like to see them.
Yes, ma'am. This is just the checks that I wrote.
It's the only thing I'm interested in. Where was your house located?
61.
Not your house located.
In Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Who did you own the house with?
Myself.
Who held the mortgage?
Household mortgage.
They still hold the mortgage?
I ended up losing the house to foreclosure.
When did you lose the house?
In about October, November of 2004, I believe it was.
Your mother has checks here written out to household mortgage in the amount of $938.
Okay.
Would that be your mortgage?
I don't believe my mortgage was that high. I mean, I've had a lot of chaos in my life since that time, but I thought my mortgage was about 800 and something.
How many months were you behind in your mortgage when you came to your mother?
Probably about 2.
So you wrote these checks out for her, and what arrangements did she make to pay you back?
She wrote checks, post-dated checks, $210 a month to pay me back.
When she gave you the checks, did you deposit them right away?
No, ma'am. She asked me to hold them for 3 months.
Did you do that?
Well, see, Your Honor, unfortunately, April is a crack addict, and I was worried about the money. That's why I went ahead and cashed 2.
When she asked you to hold them for 3 months, and you said you would hold them for 3 months, you did not hold them for 3 months.
I waited for all but the one I have here. All but the first one.
Okay, I'm going to hear you.
I guess she's trying to humiliate me. First of all, I could submit to any kind of drug test today. I'm not a crack addict. I don't take drugs at all. And this is all part of the mental abuse and the stuff I've suffered my whole life. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. She gave me that money to help me. I'm tired of it. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot with this woman. I've been through a lot of abuse. She's my mother. I shouldn't even be here, okay? I shouldn't even be here.
Miss Reitman.
I don't mean to cry. I'm upset. I mean, how could you even say that about your own daughter? First of all, it's not true.
Miss Reitman, let me ask you this question. Why would you give your mother a whole bunch of post-dated checks if you didn't intend to pay her back?
Because the reason I gave her the checks is she browbeat me and harassed me, would not leave my property. I had to call the police to get her removed from my property, and I did it out of duress. I was stressed out, and I wanted her to leave. And so I did it, and I shouldn't have done it.
Okay, but you did it.
I did.
Okay. So you wrote her out the checks, and that was your intention when you wrote her out the checks to pay her back. Okay. Now, let me get to your counterclaim, Ms. Reitman. It is your claim. Put your hand down. Okay. It is your claim that your mother made false charges about you to Child Protective Services, and as a result of that, your teenage daughter was removed.
Yes, ma'am. She was.
How many children do you have?
These two right here.
These two?
Yes.
You were removed from the house? The answer would be yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. When were you removed from the house?
Probably about my 7th grade year.
How long ago was this that you were removed from the house?
Probably about a year.
How old are you now?
15.
And how long did you stay in foster care?
Half a year.
Listen to me very carefully. When you were removed from the house, did you tell them that you wanted to go into foster care?
No, ma'am.
You did not. And where was your brother? Where were you?
I was out on my own, actually.
How old are you?
I'm getting ready to be 20.
How long have you been out of the house?
Well, I actually just moved back in, but probably about a couple of months to a year, something like that.
A couple of months is 2, a year is 12. How long had you been out of the house?
Maybe 5 or 6 months.
Where did you go?
I moved with my grandfather in Alabama. I stayed with him for a little bit.
Whose father is that?
Ma'am, when you want me to talk, I can tell you the truth.
He says he moved in with his grandfather.
Not true.
Is that your father's father or your mother's father?
It's sort of like my father's father. He's not.
I don't understand what that means, sort of like.
He's not actually his father, but he's a friend of the family.
So you moved in with a friend?
On my dad's side, yes.
Why did you leave home?
Because I didn't want to stay.
I don't hear you.
I didn't want to stay with my mother. I wanted to be on my own.
Sit down. You have the complaint that you filed with Child Protective Services, do you?
I have the notice of unfounded investigation where it was unfounded.
I'd like to see what you have.
All right.
But I do need to explain something when I get a chance. Okay.
April, what kind of treatment plan were you involved in?
Just different things that they did. They had me visitation. They had me assessed at Catawba Mental Health. I mean, just things like that.
Who's Gilbert?
That's the boyfriend of mine.
Well, as part of the plan, it says April is placed under affirmative duty. April, that's you, to have no contact with this man while Desiree, your daughter, is with her, and not to let him have any contact with her, and that includes phone calls. So evidently they found something that was untoward between your boyfriend and your daughter.
No, ma'am, they didn't, but I have gone back to court for that, and that has all been dismissed.
All right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Don't make it any worse.
I'm not.
Do you understand?
I'm trying to make it better.
No, trying to make it better? I want to hear your version of making it better.
Yes, ma'am.
And later today,
were your financial difficulties owing to your husband's gambling problem?
Yes, Your Honor.
What proof do you have that they took a camera when they moved out?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Julie Brinkenton says her daughter, April Whiteman, owes for a loan to save her home from bank foreclosure. April is countersuing, claiming her mother filed a false report with Child Protective Services.
Miss Reitman, you have no case against your mother because the Child Protective Services report does not indicate that they found that there was no abuse and neglect. They decided to not pursue it after having you and your daughter under their supervision for at least 6 months. So it's not that they ruled that there was no abuse or neglect going on in your house. They found that your 15-year-old daughter could go home if you did certain things and cooperated, which, according to you, you did. So that doesn't mean that the reports were unfounded at all. That means that you did, at least according to them, what Child Protective Services told you had to do in order to have your daughter come back to you, which is a far cry from nothing was going wrong in your house. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Okay, you owe your mother $4,200. Don't say anything else. Listen to me very carefully. She's still your daughter. still your granddaughter and still your grandson. They are still part of your family. I believe that your daughter, listen to me, I believe that your daughter was probably under some stress, whether it was drug-induced, there was mental health issue, or whatever it was your understanding that you were going to be paid back.
Yes,
you weren't paid back. You have a right to be paid back. But don't say anything else. Don't make it any worse.
I'm not.
Do you understand?
I'm trying to make it better.
No.
I do have one thing to say. Yeah.
You're trying to make it better? I want to hear your version of making it
Yes,
better.
ma'am. I'm not wanting to be here. I'm in a sad situation to be here, but my main thing, April is a drug addict since teenage years. I would like to get her some help.
Listen to me. I can't help her. And what I'm telling you is that's not helpful. If I cannot order her to do something, you're making that statement is not helpful.
I thought maybe you could get her a drug test.
Well, I'm not going to get her a drug test.
Okay.
Right now, she has one minor child living in the house, but that minor child looks pretty savvy. She has a 20-year-old who's living in the house. And if between the 20-year-old who's living in the house and her teenager who's living in the house, they can't convince their mother, if she needs help, to get help, I certainly am not going to be able to do it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,200.
Thank you, Judge Judy.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
In a perfect world, I'd like to see her never talk to me again.
My prayer would be that April would see that I love her.
I've been hurt my last time by her. I'm tired. I just want to be left alone.
18-year-old Maritza Lopez is suing her former high school classmate, 18-year-old Heather Landry, for attacking her in a mall. Maritza claims Heather is carrying a high school grudge.
All rise. Now, this is case number 147 on the calendar, the matter of Lopez versus Landry. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat.
Miss Lopez, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you in a mall.
Correct.
And you want your medical expenses paid. Miss Landry says that you actually started up with her by throwing a can of soda on her. She says nobody was really injured in this incident, but that clearly you were the aggressor. You know each other from high school, is that correct?
Correct.
And it's my understanding that there was an unfortunate incident where you actually hit Miss Landry in high school.
Mm-hmm.
When was that?
It was probably 4 months before graduation.
Had you been friendly before this incident in high school?
Yeah, I've known her since junior high.
Tell me about the incident in the high school, Miss Landry.
It was like a little party, a little barbecue, and I was giving this guy a ride home, which happened to be like her boyfriend, I guess you can say. And she had came in the house crying hysterically to talk to him, and she was talking to him outside. And I had to go because his cousin was sick. And so I went out, I gave him about 20 minutes to talk, do whatever they had to do. And then I went out there and I told him, you know, we need to go. Are you staying or are you going with me? Because I needed to leave. I needed to get the sick guy home. And she got in my face and she was like, can't you see I'm crying here? Blah, 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 yelling at me. And I was like, I don't care. I just need to go. So he needs to make a decision. Then out of nowhere, she just like hit me.
Okay. And she apologized for that?
No. She did not apologize.
Never apologized to you?
No.
Okay, well, I can imagine you were pretty angry at that.
Yeah.
I can imagine you were.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now when was this incident in the mall? On what date?
The May 3rd, 2006.
Tell me your version of the events of that day, Miss Lopez.
Okay, well, I was working at the mall at a store, and me and my manager decided to go get something to eat, so we ordered food from a restaurant there. I went to go get the food. As I walked in, I noticed that Heather and her friends were just sitting there. And, you know, I just didn't think anything of it. I just sat down, told the waitress that I was here for the pickup. I got my food and I walked back. So as soon as I got there, went on my 10-minute break, came back out. That's when I noticed that Heather and her friends were there.
In the store?
Right, in my store.
How many stores are in the mall? Would you
lot.
say? Miss Landry, how many stores would you say were in the mall?
Maybe like 40, 45.
40 stores. How many girls were you with that day?
I was with 3 of my coworkers.
So there were 4 of you all together?
Yes.
How much after you saw Miss Landry at the food court did you see her in the store?
I think from the time I walked back and I went on my 10-minute break, it's probably like 15.
15 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes to probably like
Okay,
get back.
good. All right. So you came out, you saw Miss Landry there with 3 of her friends, and what happened?
Basically, my assistant, Stacy, she came to me and I was just telling her, hey, do you know who's in here? She's like, no, who? And then like she hadn't noticed. So she looked and then she's like, don't worry about it. She's not going to say anything. You know, I was like, oh, I'm not even worried. I'm just, you know, it's pretty obvious that she came to my store out of all the stores in the mall. So she's like, well, do you feel uncomfortable? And I was like, I'm just here, whatever. I really don't care. She's like, well, how about you just go on a 3-minute break and go get me something to drink. So as I went to go get her soda, and then I started walking back, I noticed that there was Heather and her friends waiting for the elevator. And I could just continued walking to my store, and all of a sudden I see her walking towards me, and I was like, great, what is she going to tell me? The first thing that came out of her mouth was, seriously, why do you still talk about me? She started saying about high school and how this is my opportunity to do something to her. I've been always talking, saying I want to kick her and all that stuff. And she was just basically giving me an opportunity to do it. And I just told her, you know what, you need to get over it. It's high school. She probably got annoyed because I kept saying, you need to get over it, you need to get over it. I was just repetitive throughout the whole thing.
And then what happened?
And then out of nowhere, she just punches me on my left side.
And then what happened?
So obviously I pushed her away. That's probably when the soda fell on her. I seriously did not want to hit her back. My first reaction was just to push her away or hold her down, because I was working. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Really? I don't want to lose my job. And at the time, I was getting promoted assistant manager, and I knew I was probably going to lose the opportunity with the regional manager.
That all didn't go through your mind in a second. She punched you, according to you. You pushed her. Soda fell on her. What happened next?
Basically, she was just she's probably swung at me as I tried to hold her 3 times. So it's total maybe 4 clean punches on this side.
Did you hit her?
No, I didn't hit her at the time. Throughout, probably towards the 4th time she hit me, I was like, I'm just going to defend myself because nobody's jumping in, nobody's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. What kind of medical treatment did you receive?
It was just basically a checkup. He gave me medicine. I have the hospital bills right here.
I'd like to see the bill. Do you have photographs?
Yes, actually I do.
Okay. Now I'll hear you, Miss Landry.
Okay. That May 3rd, me and 3 of my coworkers were out to lunch at Red Robin, and my back was not facing her. I didn't see her at all. My friend Caitlin had noticed her, and so when she had told me, I turned around and I looked back, but I didn't see her anywhere. So we were still eating, we were chatting a little bit, finished up our meals, we paid, and then my friend Brandy that was with me, she wanted to get some sunglasses, and I had bought in some in Anchor Blue. That's the only thing I buy there. So we went up there, we looked around for a second, didn't see anything, and we left. We were walking out towards the elevator, waiting for the elevator to come down, and we're standing there facing the elevator, and they hear my name, and I didn't hear it at first, and I turn around, and I see Maritza calling me. So I start walking towards her, what do you want, And she basically tells me, we still have stuff we need to take care of from high school. We never finished it, blah, blah, blah. And I told her, it's been over a year. I haven't seen you since then. I really don't care to bother with you. I'm over it. I don't need to have nothing to do with you. And we were going back and forth for maybe 30 seconds. I don't know where she throws her soda literally on my face. I was drenched in Sprite or some sticky Sierra Mist or something. And I couldn't really see at first. And my first reaction was just to push her away from me. And then we started going at it. I'm pretty sure I had the first hit, actual hit. And we were going at it for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then it was over with, in a matter of seconds. It was no big, fight.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Did you buy anything in her store?
No, I didn't.
How long were you in her store?
About 10 minutes.
That all doesn't make sense, Miss Landry.
And later today,
he was told not to go on the computer. He turned around and went into the adult sites. That's why we didn't want him to do it. Plus the fact that he's done it to 2 other computers for the same reasons.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Maritza Lopez claims she was punched in the face by former high school classmate Heather Landry. Heather claims Maritza threw a soda in her face.
Who is this?
This is Maritza. She's one of my coworkers.
Maritza, you have a last name?
Ramos.
You were there on the 3rd of May?
No, not there at that actual fight. I wasn't there.
So how was she relevant?
Because after that altercation, about 2 days before I went to court for that, Maritza had showed up at my job looking for me. She sent a friend in my job asking my manager for me if I was working. He had said, yeah, I was working.
Don't listen to me. What are the names of the 3 co-workers who were with Miss Landry on May 3rd?
Kaylin, Brandy, and...
Kaylin?
Yes.
Brandy?
Yes, and Kelly.
How long have they been working at the same store as you?
Brandy's been there for about 3 years.
3 years? She still work there?
Yes.
Good.
Kelly, she doesn't work there no more. She was there for a year. She quit. And Kaylin's been there for about a year.
Still there?
Yes.
Now you can sit. Miss Landry, why would you bring someone who wasn't there on May 3rd and not bring the two co-workers who were there on May 3rd and who can support your story?
One of the, Caitlin, she was actually supposed to come, but she got food poisoning this morning. She was really sick before we came over here, so I brought Maritza Ramos because after the...
What about the other co-worker?
Brandy's still there.
So why didn't Brandy come?
Because she couldn't get the day off of work.
That's a lot of excuses. Okay. Some things make sense and some things don't make sense. What doesn't make sense is why Miss Lopez, who is working at the precise time that this happens, would start up with you when you had 3 women with you. She might start up with you if she had 3 women with her or 2 women with her. But I don't get the sense that she would start up with you, Miss Landry, when you are a group of 4 and she is 1 person. Because that's stupid. That's number 1. Number 2, the mall has 40 stores. Here, after you had lunch, you and your 3 friends, within 15 minutes, ended up in a store where she works.
It was not within 15 minutes.
Half hour. I mean, how much time do you have for lunch? 4 hours? Only I get 4 hours for lunch.
We weren't on our lunch break. We were just out to lunch.
I see. So you were just out to lunch and had the whole afternoon. Did you buy anything in her store?
No, I didn't.
Did anybody buy anything in her store?
Not that I know of, no.
How long were you in her store?
About 10 minutes.
That all doesn't make sense, Miss Landry. What makes sense to me is that you slugged her, you got even for the slug in high school, and you're going to pay her medical bills. That makes sense to me. She's not charging you for pain and suffering. She's not charging you for anything else. She wants her medical bills paid. You figured you got even. You're getting even cost you $526. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
They wrote me a ticket for battery, like misdemeanor battery.
I basically hit her back by throwing her a soda.
I went to court. The court was dropped. End of story, you know?
Ever since high school, she continued egging my car. Really immature.
I mean, it's high school. Can she get over it?
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Guerriero versus Chase. Step forward.
Stephen Guerriero is suing the mother of his daughter, Joanne Chase, for a loan to move. Stephen says Joanne took the money but never moved.
Mr. Guerriero, you and Miss Chase have a 12-year-old daughter together.
That's correct.
The child is currently in your custody.
Yes.
And has been so for the last year.
Year and a half.
Year and a half. It is your claim that you made a loan to Miss Chase at a time when she was in need, and you want that money back. The loan was $1,000. Miss Chase acknowledges that you gave her $1,000 about a year and a half ago. You'll give me the exact date, but she said the money was not given as a loan. It was given in order to protect your daughter, who was then living in an unhealthy situation with Miss Chase and her husband. Why did you need money, Miss Chase?
Because I needed to move out of my home that I was living in to get my own apartment with my daughter.
What did you say to him when you called him?
I asked him to loan me $1,000 to move out, to get my own apartment, which he wasn't happy with me living with my husband. So I asked him to loan me the money, and on contingency of us selling our home, I would pay him back.
Well, when did you add this little contingency?
When I asked
Look
him...
at me. Don't look on the floor.
I'm sorry.
And, you know, certain things make sense and certain things don't. So, Ms. Chase, make sure you don't tell me anything that doesn't make sense, because if it doesn't make sense, it's not true.
He knew that I was going to be selling.
Don't tell me what he knew. I just want to hear what was said.
Okay. I asked him to loan me the $1,000 and that I would pay him back as long as I sold my home.
Did she say to you, can you loan me $1,000 until I sell the house?
That's partially correct, Your Honor.
Okay. She said, until I sell the house.
Well, there was a contingency made after I reluctantly gave her the money, and I did give her the money, of course, because our daughter's safety was at hand. The first thing was if she sold the house, I would give the money in full. If she didn't sell the house, then once she got on her feet and got everything straightened out, she'd make payments, and I was fine with that, even if it was $5 a week.
Sounds reasonable. So, you gave her the $1,000, you moved out.
Correct.
Go ahead.
Well, she didn't move out. That was the issue at hand.
Why didn't you move out?
I did move out.
When?
It wasn't right then, but it was within 6 months. I did.
Well, what'd you do with the $1,000 for 6 months?
I used it to move out, but it was just, you know, I had to wait. My children were in school. I had 3 girls.
No, they weren't in school in July. 6 months later, they were in school, but they weren't in school in July.
There was a lot of things that were going on that I couldn't just move out at the current time that he had just given me the money.
What did you do with the money? is my question, Miss Chase.
Well, I did use it to move out, but it wasn't right
You mean
that
you held on
month in
to it
July.
and put it in a bank account and held on to it for 6 months?
No, I didn't put it in a bank account.
So what'd you do with the money?
I guess I saved it at the house.
So, why don't you pay him back?
Because I didn't sell my house.
And what are you doing now?
I live by myself and I work.
Good. Pay him back.
I don't have it. I'm not in any financial position to pay him back.
When he was paying child support to you, how much was he paying you?
I don't even remember.
He does.
It was $52 a week, Your Honor. And I'm receiving $11.50 a week from Miss Chase, which she's a little bit behind.
When he was paying you $52 a week, did you think that that was enough to help support your daughter?
No.
I thought that that was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
$11.50 is even less.
Correct, but he should get a job. I mean, you know, he doesn't work.
He's not living on your $11.50 a week.
Well, then he should get a job.
Well, he's living somehow.
Yeah, on Social Security.
That's not your problem. That's the government's problem if they're giving him Social Security.
Right, but I mean, I work and I also, you know, struggle myself to get child support from my daughter's father.
What does that have to do with the $1,000 you borrowed from him?
I don't know. You know, it's just hard because I do waitress and I have to, you know, work or else I can't pay my bills.
Right. You also have to pay back money that he loaned you. I have no idea what you did with the $1,000, but you certainly didn't use it to move out. I don't believe that you saved it, and I don't believe that you hid it in some cookie jar or some coffee can in your house until you were ready to use it.
No, I didn't, you know, but I did use it, you know, towards moving out when I did move out.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't have to get into any more of this sad tale. Suffice it to say, you owe him $1,000. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
You may step out.
Oh, thank God for Judge Judy. I think she made the right call.
He doesn't have anything better to do during the day than, you know, strum up ideas to ways to get money because he doesn't have a, you know, job.
I had a lot of evidence I wanted to bring up, but I didn't want to interject and have Judge Judy yell at me, so I kept my mouth shut.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Jones versus Weidrich. Step forward, please.
Tina Jones is suing her ex-husband, Robbie Weidrich, for the return of money she put into their daughter's car. Robbie is countersuing for the cost to repossess the vehicle in question.
Mr. Weidrich, this is your former wife,
Yes.
and I assume this is one of your daughters.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
I'm starting with you, sir, because I'm going to do the Reader's Digest version of the facts of this case, which suggests to me that you made a mistake, an emotional mistake, but perhaps not a legal one. It appears that you loaned your daughter money to purchase a car, $2,500.
Yes, ma'am.
She acknowledges that, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And your agreement was that she was going to pay you back $80-some-odd a month for
Yes,
the car.
ma'am.
According to you, she only made one payment,
Yes, ma'am.
and you decided to repossess the car,
Yes, ma'am.
which you ultimately did at some expense to you. You hired somebody to go and get the car.
Yes, I did.
Thus, your counterclaim. Your counterclaim is she should have been more helpful in you getting the car back. But your former wife has a lawsuit, and her lawsuit says that she put some money into that car to fix it when her daughter had the car, and so you have to pay her back for the money that she spent in fixing the car. That's your lawsuit.
Yes, ma'am.
You have no case. Under what possible theory do you believe he owes you any money for the money you spent on your daughter's car? It was a gift to her. How old are you?
18.
She was 17 at the time.
What difference does it make? You can make a 17-year-old a gift.
I just don't feel that I should have to pay for repairs on an automobile that we no longer have, that he took back.
Did he ask you to do it?
We had to do it in order
Did
to
he
get
ask you to do it?
No.
You have no case. It has to be a contract, an agreement, or it's a necessity. But a car isn't a necessity for a 17-year-old. That's what they have legs for.
It was a necessity for the
No,
girls.
it's not a necessity. Under no theory of law that I know of is a car for a 17-year-old a necessity. That's what they have legs for. That's what they have parents for. To take them where they have to go, take them to school, take them to after-school activities, do whatever they have to do. Car is a luxury for most people, especially for a 17-year-old. So if you paid for repairs for the car and she did not do what she was supposed to do with regard to her agreement with her father repossessed the car. But you also, sir, have to pay for the repossessing of the car yourself. She's not responsible for that. So neither one of you is owed any money by the other. But there is a larger issue here. I assume that you have been a reasonable father to your two children. You have two grown children. One's 18. How old is your sister?
15.
The children at some point lived with you, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Both children?
No, just Melanie.
How long did she live with you?
for almost 6 years.
Is that right?
I think so.
When did she decide to go and live with her mother?
After I got remarried, and she was uncomfortable living there with me and my new wife. So that's when she decided to spend more time with her mother.
Okay. Now I'm going to get back to what I said before. I'm sure you were a good father. You were a good father to your daughter for 6 years. Because you got angry, because I gather what she did was, as soon as this happened, you went to court for child support. Is that right?
No, it all started over a tax return. Since Melanie lived with me most of the year, he allowed me to claim her on my tax return this year. When he went to file, he found out he was going to owe taxes, called me irate. That's when he informed me that he was no longer going to help in any way with the girls in any support. That's when I decided that I needed to go for child support. I went in, filed for child support, and when he received the papers in the mail, that is when he called Melanie up and demanded the car returned.
Well, for the 6 years that your older daughter was living with him and your younger daughter was living with you, was there any child support exchanged?
None.
No.
So you paid for the child who lived with you, and you paid for the child that lived with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? And when Melanie turned 18, she came to live with you?
She was 17. It was May of last year.
When did you turn 18?
January 18th.
Of this year.
And when did you go to live with your mother?
I don't exactly know. It was kind of gradual.
After the school year?
Yes.
So it was sometime during the summer?
I think so, yes.
So for 6 months she lived with you before she turned 18?
Yeah, at least.
6 months? And when did you sue for child support?
February is when I filed paperwork.
Now, you sued for child support for the child who had always been living with you.
Right.
But you had never done that before.
No.
Why?
Because up until that point, there never was a problem. If, we needed something, we could call each other and we would share the expenses. And at this time, he's telling me that he's no longer going to do that. He's not going to be financially obligated to either child.
Well, he was no longer obligated to this child.
Exactly.
She was 18. Well, it's too bad. After all these years of getting along well together, you probably should have let him claim one child as a deduction for last year, because she did, in fact, live with him for 6 months. You are claiming one child as a deduction. You probably should have let him take the other child as a deduction. But it's too bad that this broke down. And it's certainly too bad, Mr. Wiedrich, that the relationship that you enjoyed with your daughter is damaged over a car.
Yes.
Very unfortunate. Okay. Sounds to me as if he was a pretty good dad to you for a long time. The fact that you don't get along, you felt uncomfortable in his new situation. That's understandable. And it's also understandable you wanted to be with your mother for a little bit of time. That doesn't mean that your father, who was a good father for a lot of years, turned into a bad father overnight. Right?
Right.
Case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I had filed for child support, and that just made him mad, and he was taking it out on me. But in the end, ended up hurting them.
I did offer to allow them to keep the car. If she would have gave me credit off the child support, I would have continued making the payments and the insurance payments.
He's always calling irate, so we just hang up the phone. We just don't even talk to him.
I'm just caught in the middle.
It's unfortunate because she lived with me most of the time, and we've had a good relationship.
I like to have a relationship with my father again.
Well, I hope me and my daughters can have a good relationship like we've had in the past.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Vermeulen versus Vermeulen, step forward, please.
Kate Vermeulen is suing her ex-husband, James Vermeulen, for the unpaid balance on a Saturn he totaled.
Mrs. Vermeulen, this is your former husband, and according to your complaint, you swapped cars with each other because your mother was coming to visit. You needed a larger car. That was last summer. So it's nice to hear that there was at least a reasonable relationship that you had, so that you accommodated your former wife, because you have children together, so that she would use a larger car that was yours. And in any event, you wrecked her car. And there was an outstanding loan on the car. The car was, in fact, totaled. And your former wife feels as if you should be responsible for the difference between what the insurance company paid on the car and the amount of the loan that she's still responsible for. And that amount is $3,634. Is that correct?
Yes.
You have a counterclaim because you say at the time she borrowed your car, she had a minor fender bender, but damaged the bumper of the car.
Correct.
To the tune of about $800, and she should pay that.
Yes.
That's your counterclaim. But let's get to the big ticket item here, Mr. Vermeulen. When did you total her car?
I believe it was August 10th. I was on my way to work.
8/10. And when did you damage the bumper to his car?
Actually, it was so minor that I
I don't have the exact date.
Okay, but you called and told him about it?
Yes.
Okay, and you have a picture of it, I'm sure.
Yes, I do. I have a picture of the damages that were done to the bumper and actually an imprint.
Okay.
Your Honor, it was September 5th, I do believe, when he ruined my car, when he totaled my vehicle.
Why do you think that it was August 10th, sir?
I thought that was the day.
Well, it wasn't. It was September.
In September?
Yeah, because she would have a police report with regard
Okay,
to it.
I didn't know that there was any police report. I wasn't charged in the
You
accident.
have a police report?
Yes, I do.
May I see it, please? So it wasn't in August, it was September. That's a big difference.
Sorry.
How do you account for that difference?
I don't know, Your Honor. I was working at that time there. I wasn't really paying attention to the date.
When did you swap cars?
Probably a couple days before her mother arrived. She was
Which was
coming
when?
in for England. Near the end of the summer, which was
In
probably-
August?
In August.
Now, it's clear that, according to your answer, sir, that the accident was your fault, that your foot got stuck, according
Correct.
to you, on the gas pedal.
Between the gas pedal and the brake, Your Honor.
So it was your fault, right?
I guess if that's the way that you see it, yes, Your Honor.
Well, sir, unless you were driving a very unique car. The gas pedal was put in by the factory. It remained in the same spot. The brake was put in by the factory. It remained in the same spot. You were familiar with the car. You had had it for some time. According
Your
to
Honor,
your answer, my foot got stuck between the gas and the brake. You want me to read you what you signed?
No, Your Honor.
So
I
if
know
the
what I
foot got
signed.
stuck between the gas and the brake, it's your fault.
Okay.
Those two things didn't move together.
I was wearing my work boots at the time, which are larger than normal size shoes. I was on my way to work, and it is a sports car. The gas pedals are closer together. I drive a truck, Your Honor.
Well, whose fault is that, sir? The car's fault or your fault?
It was an accident.
No, sir. If you're wearing big boots and it's a small car, you take your boots, you put it in the back of the car, and you wear shoes that don't get stuck between the gas pedal and the brake. The car can't accommodate your work boots, right?
Right, Your Honor.
You have to accommodate the car, right?
Correct.
So it's your fault. Now tell me why you believe that you're not responsible for the difference between what the insurance company paid and what your former wife has to pay on the loan.
I believe it's not my fault due to the fact that I wasn't charged with the accident, reckless driving, careless driving. I had a medical report that says that there was no drugs or alcohol involved. I also had her insurance company clear me of all liabilities in relations to her car.
You made babies with him. Just because, sir, you weren't found guilty of a crime, that there was no drugs, alcohol, you weren't speeding, doesn't mean that the accident wasn't your fault. It was your fault. You just said to me I was wearing big work boots. This was a sports car. It doesn't accommodate those kind of shoes. My foot got stuck between the two pedals and I lost control of the car. And I just tried to explain to you what a normal person of reasonable intelligence would understand, that the car can't accommodate your shoes. Your shoes have to accommodate the car. Now, do you have a picture of the damage she did to the bumper of your car?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it. And an estimate on having it fixed.
I have an estimate right here.
Sir, you brought me an estimate from this place for $1,154?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, would you explain to me why?
I'm only asking to cover the parts, the actual bumper itself, and have it painted there. I'm not asking for taxes, labor, insurance there.
Your Honor?
Originally, I asked her to pay for half because she is still entitled on her vehicle. She's entitled on the insurance, and she's still
Did you have
liable.
insurance on the car?
Yes, I did.
And what was the deductible?
$500, Your Honor.
So that all you're going to pay for is $500.
And then you're going to have a claim with your insurance company, and your insurance will go up. I decided to pay for the claim out of pocket rather than going through my insurance company and having my deductibles raised.
Well, what do you think's going to happen to her insurance, sir? Because you totaled her car. What do you think is going to happen to her insurance company that had to pay out a totaled car?
I'm quite aware that she's going to have a claim with her insurance company, and her deductible will probably go up as well as her insurance payments.
So you mean you want me to give you a benefit and not her?
I'm not asking for special treatment.
Yes, you are, sir. What you're saying is I decided that I didn't want to go through my insurance. So I decided to pay for it myself. And therefore, instead of just paying for the deductible, which I believe should be responsible for paying if you in fact fix the car, then what you're saying is I want her to pay the additional amount, which is $822, which is the cost of the bumper, which is what you're suing for. Because if I went through the insurance, my insurance premiums would go up. That's
Correct.
what you're saying to me.
Yes.
But her insurance premiums are going to go up substantially more than yours, sir, because they had to pay out on a new car, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Say nothing. You had to pay out $3,634. From that, I'm deducting $500. I'm awarding you on your claim $3,100. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now I want to see where you fixed the car. You have a bill for fixing the car?
That was a quote there. I've had the work done since
Where?
I paid for the...
Show me.
I paid for the parts.
Show me.
I don't have that with me, Your Honor.
Well, why did you bring me this, sir?
That is a quote of what it would cost at a body shop to get it done. What I paid for out of pocket was the parts and the paint.
Why, sir, wouldn't you bring me the actual cost of what it cost to fix the car?
I didn't have the bills at the time. It was short notice. I didn't care at the time, Your Honor. I didn't really save the bills there. I didn't plan on coming to court. I didn't think I was going to be in court today.
When did you get this?
When did I got that?
Yes.
3 days before I knew I was going to be in court.
Well, instead of put your hand down. Instead of getting this estimate for work that was never going to be done because according to you already did the work, right?
Correct.
So this is bogus.
It's not bogus.
This is bogus.
Quote.
So instead of wasting the time to take the car in to see what it would be to fix the car, which according to you already fixed, so it would be difficult for them to give you an estimate on fixing a car that was already fixed because you said you fixed it. Why didn't you, instead of getting this estimate, go back to the place where you bought the parts and say, I lost a copy of the bill. Can I please have a copy of the bill for the parts?
I could ask for the original copy. I could send them to you.
Why did you waste time getting this instead of getting the receipts for the actual work?
I have no answer for that, Your Honor.
Well, then you're not getting a thing. Strike it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,634. Your counterclaim is dismissed. You did a lot of fast talking, sir. Did not impress me. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I wasn't totally surprised.
He did not feel responsible for it.
Because of the financial cost to her, and she is out the money there.
So I had to get help with it.
You go to court, make sure you have everything with you.
Don't ask to borrow anyone's car.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Willis versus Hunter. Step forward.
Nellie Willis is suing her daughter's ex-boyfriend, 23-year-old Walter Hunter, for unpaid credit card charges. Nellie claims she was trying to help Walter establish his credit.
Miss Willis, are you a working lady?
Yes, I am.
What kind of work do you do?
I work for the Department of Defense, United States Air Force, as a tool and parts attendant.
How long have you been doing that?
18 years.
What about you, Mr. Hunter? What kind of work do you do?
I'm an electrician. I also work on Tinker Air Force Base.
Miss Willis, you don't make a whole bunch of money, do you?
No.
I'm going to give you and anybody else out there who wants to listen some very good advice. Never, never get somebody a credit card. Children, brothers, sisters, friends, don't ever give somebody a credit card, which is what you did. You gave Mr. Hunter, who was then your daughter's boyfriend, a credit card. Put your hands off your hips. Ostensibly, to help him build up his credit. You did that in 2003 while they were still together. Mr. Hunter proceeded to use the credit card. I gather from your statement that you did not use this credit card at all. Is that right?
Yes, I did use the credit card.
Well, do you expect me to go through 3 years' worth of statements to see what he purchased and what you purchased?
No, I have the statements, but it was only for 3 months.
He only made purchases for 3 months?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll take a look at it. And then you say he made payments sporadically, then he stopped making payments 2004. He and your daughter broke up. He asked you to extend him a little bit of time because you were going on trial, sir. Is that right? For a felony?
No, I paid her.
Were you going on
payments...
trial for a felony?
Yes.
And according to the plaintiff, she said, fine, we'll wait until the trial is over because you had those expenses. You were tried and I assume acquitted, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then she expected you to continue to make the payments on the credit card.
Your Honor, he was convicted of his charges.
I was not convicted, Your Honor.
If he was convicted, he probably wouldn't be here today. This was a serious felony, according to you.
Which has nothing to do with the case.
Well, it has to do with your veracity, sir, and whether or not you could stand there and lie to me.
Okay.
That's what it has to do with. I mean, it is an issue. And notice I was very careful not to get into the particulars of the case because it is particularly sensitive. And if you were, in fact, acquitted, I certainly didn't want to reveal the nature of the charges. But if what you're telling me is that it really has nothing to do with it, now I'm going to see a statement that you have that would indicate that this young man told me a lie. Sir, it says here that you pled guilty.
To a deferred sentence.
To what?
It was a deferred sentence.
Didn't ask you what the sentence was. You weren't acquitted. It said here you pled guilty. That's not acquitted.
It's acquitted.
No, it isn't. And you know it.
Well, it is acquitted after a period of time. It's 5 years.
No. The state recommends 5 years deferred until 1/23/11. Unsupervised probation, you will fines and costs. The court accepts the plea recommendation.
I accept, but what I'm saying is, after that 5 years, it goes away, so it's acquitted, basically.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, sir.
That's what I was
You were
told.
found guilty, and you were found guilty by your own plea of guilty. The sentence was deferred. You had a deferred sentence for 5 years. Who was the complainant in that case?
The state.
Okay. Now, according to your complaint, you gave him a period of time where he didn't have to pay on this credit card because he was on trial for this very serious felony. And he asked you for a little bit of latitude because he had expenses. Did you pay your lawyer?
Yes, I did. And if she had a problem with my character before, she should have did an OCN check on me before I dated her daughter or came near anything near your house.
Miss Dunton, don't speak to her.
The fact
Don't
that
speak
she
to her.
brings it up now is irrelevant.
Now, the charges, sir, are not necessarily relevant to this proceeding. The fact that you lied to me when you said you were acquitted of those charges is in fact relevant because you told me you were acquitted of those charges with the same look on your face as you were answering all my other questions, so I believed you. And unless she had the court documents which indicate that you were found guilty of those charges and only sentence was deferred and you were found guilty by virtue of your own plea, and you had had a lawyer from the very beginning advise you, a lawyer who you paid, so the lawyer told you that by pleading guilty you would be found guilty. And the only thing that was being deferred was the sentence, if in fact you paid fines.
Yeah, it's been paid. It paid off. I paid that off.
Well, and that's why you asked her for a little time so that she would have to cover these bills that were on the credit card. That's her statement. Now I believe her.
I was acquitted of the charges, the original charges. What I was guilty for were different charges.
Sir, you keep insisting. Notice, I did not say what the charge was. What did you plead guilty to?
To using a computer to break an Oklahoma statute. That's what I was charged for.
You're a fancy dancer, sir. You were originally charged with rape. What did you plead guilty to?
No guilt, not guilty. I wasn't.
What did you plead guilty to? Using a computer? Is that what you're telling me? On a rape charge, you pled guilty to using a computer?
No, I didn't. I was not guilty for that. And that's why there was no witnesses in that. There was nothing. So there was the witnesses wouldn't. The witness of the girl wouldn't show up.
Would you show this to him, please? Tell him to look at the highlighted charges.
This is sick.
Are you contesting any of those charges, sir?
No, ma'am.
$4,735. Now, how much did you pay her?
I paid her for what I felt was reasonable to what I felt I owed her.
How much did you pay her?
I paid her over $700-something.
Let's say you paid her $700, sir.
Okay.
And some of this was back 2 years.
Can I explain? There was over $4,000 in charges.
No, there were $4,735 in charges, and that's without any interest. So if you hadn't paid all of this amount, it's probably close to $6,000 or more that you owe her. Now explain to me, if you paid her $700, that would bring the total down to $5,300.
Well,
Explain the rest.
I did date her daughter for a long period of time. I spent a lot of time out at their house. I did a lot of work because I was unemployed off and on. So her mom gave me duties such as yard work. They had lived on property. I built computers for her. I did computer service work for her. I filmed and taped an older daughter of hers, her wedding. I edited it, made DVDs for it. A lot of work, and I never got paid for it. And the money I should have been paid for that, I would have been making my credit card payments with that money, but she never paid me. So I used the credit card as payment. I never got paid for anything. She thinks she can feed me
Is this your
peanuts.
husband? Yeah. Good luck to you. Your parents like him?
Yes.
Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that a whole bunch. You have children?
Yes.
With him?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Great. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Good luck to you. Consider yourself and your daughter very, very lucky. That's all.
Others are excused. You may step out.
I feel like her motivation was that I'm not with her daughter, I'm not in her family, and I'm with somebody else.
I treat him like a son.
I was going through a hard time, and she basically gave me everything and made me feel like I was at home.
I've supported him in a lot of things that he's done.
You know, I was had problems with my family, and she brought me in, took care of me.
I only did all the things that I did, buy his meals, bail him out of jail, because he had no one else to turn to.
You know, I worked my butt off out there for her, and she just fed me candy and fed me lies.
He more or less just spit in my face.
I'm glad it's over. It's in the past.
I honestly believe that Walter was going to do good by his word.
We all make mistakes, and we all move on.
It's sad because I didn't want it to end this way.
Bisha Buxton is suing PR firm owner Juliet Mary for falsely accusing her of an assault. Juliet claims Bisha showed up at her office and attacked her.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 16 on the calendar in the matter of Buxton versus Mary.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Miss Buxton, from what I gather in your complaint, you were starting a business that involved making some purses and making clothes. You met the defendant and decided to retain her firm to do some PR work to get your company off the ground. You retained her for 2 or 3 months, you paid her several $1,000s, and you weren't really too happy with the results, except that at some point towards the end of that 3-month period or into the 4th month, she did get a spot for your products on the radio. Now, I don't know how that works because there's something you have to visualize, but assuming that they were going to talk about how beautiful your purses were. And you were supposed to get some of your product down to her office in order to do this PR event. You were angry because the defendant said, listen, you sent them down by Greyhound. We don't have anybody to go and get them. You should have sent them by UPS, FedEx, so that they came directly to our office or to the radio station. You got angry. You got on a plane, and you came down to her office. Okay, so tell me what happened when you came to her place of business.
We had an argument in terms of me stating I would like to get a check, a refund for this full month of services that you're not going to be my publicist, which was from October the 8th to November the 7th.
So you went down there to get a refund. You were angry. So what happened?
I went into her office. The only thing I said was, when can you cut me a check? She actually told me she could not. I said, when can you cut me a check? She told me she couldn't. As we actually went back and forth, we both started raising our voices. She was screaming loud, telling me to shut up and sit down. I told her, when can you cut me a check? She said, I can't do anything. My attorney's not in the office. I said, well, can you give me something in writing? She said, no, I'm not giving you anything in writing. And again, arguing back and forth, when can you cut me a check? She said she would not. After I seen she wouldn't give me anything in writing, wouldn't give me a refund, I decided to ask her to give me my things. She went in and out of doors, slamming doors, picking up garments, came back, dropped my things on the ground inside a box, said, here you go. I said, that is not all. She said, yes, this is the only thing I have here in the office, and I left.
And how much had you paid her?
$2,125.
Did you have a written contract for that period?
No, we did not.
Why not? You had a contract for the previous 3 months.
I just never signed the actual contract. I have a copy of it. It's not signed.
I'd like to see it.
Sure.
Effective October 6th and ending 3 months thereafter.
Our actual contract runs from October the 8th, though.
Not according to this. This contract should be for an initial period of 3 months, effective October 6th, so that actually you made a payment to her of $21.25, and that was the 10th of October is when this happened. So the unsigned contract had already been in effect for 3 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So 3 days into the new contract. Go ahead.
Just from that day?
Just that day.
Okay, so the way that it started was my staff member called me in the morning and said that the client wanted us to go down to Greyhound, which I expressed that's not something we do. We're a professional PR firm. We rep some very large clients, and I'm not a courier service. I don't run down there. It doesn't say that I do in my contract, and I wouldn't do that. That's an out-of-pocket expense that would normally be pre-approved from a client. So I said she needs to make those arrangements to get those bags into our office. She had more than a week to make that arrangements. Previous email stated she was FedExing and shipping them to us. They needed to be there on the 10th. My staff member expressed this to the client, who apparently became angry with her. I came into the office, called her on the telephone. She became irate on the telephone. She was yelling and swearing to the point where I had everybody in my office standing behind me saying, you know, are you
Don't
okay?
tell me what everybody was saying.
And I said, I'm sorry, you're going to force me to hang up. I'm going to have to hang up the phone now. You're not letting me finish. I'm going to hang up the phone. Hung up the phone. 2:30 in the afternoon, or 3:30 in the afternoon, I actually wrote her an email saying, wow, you know, that was sort of a silly conversation. I'm hoping we can get past this. Let's not miss this opportunity. Let's roll on. So at 5:30 in the afternoon, I was on the telephone with a colleague, and this person bursts into my lobby of my office, comes bursting right into my office, and she's yelling, and she's screaming, she's swearing, and she's in my personal space. And I'm a little alarmed, and I said to my colleague who was in the back room, I said, I think you need to call 911. She's screaming, she's yelling, she's following me around the office, really close to my personal space. It's getting more and more elevated. She asked for her belongings. I had to look for them because they were sent into different publicist office. Pulled all the belongings together. I said, look, you need to take your stuff and get out. She turned her baseball cap around backwards and started posturing, and I thought, oh my God, this lady's really going to hit me. I have never been in a fight. I was very nervous. I yelled for my colleague to call 911 again because it was seeming to take forever. I don't know how long the actual minute was, but it seemed to be forever. I actually picked up the phone and called 911 again with her standing right there because I was starting to feel maybe she didn't think there was somebody in the office or wasn't calling, so I called myself. They said they were on their way. I called my fiancé. I said, I need you to get over here. I'm just terrified right now. I told her, I said, look, you need to sit in the lobby and wait for the police. I'm going to go in my office. I turned to go into my office, and as I shut the door, she kicked and pushed the door, causing me to fall down over some boxes behind. I jammed my wrist and was very startled. And I think at that point she probably realized she'd maybe gone too far, and she just walked out of the office. And we ran and locked the door and waited for the police. And I was shaking, I was terrified, and for weeks afterwards, we kept the door locked. I have mostly females in my office. I kept the door locked. I was afraid of checking.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. It's funny because she's not telling the truth.
Well, let me tell you something. You were angry enough to get on a plane. All the while that you were on the plane, which was how long?
1 hour.
1 hour, you were steaming. And I would say that you probably behaved very inappropriately when you got there. That would be an understatement.
Okay.
And she had every right to pick up the phone and call the police and say, someone is in my office. She's creating havoc in my office. She's screaming and yelling. I don't want to hear anymore. Told her to get her stuff and get out. She had every right to call the police. I would have called the police.
Okay.
If you misbehaved. You'd misbehaved. You got to learn you can't misbehave. You're in business.
Right.
So let's not talk about this false report because you misbehaved. And you went to her office and you frightened her and you frightened her employees, and you didn't handle this in a professional manner. You handled it like a spoiled brat who didn't get what she wanted.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I'm going to see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I went ahead and
about mileage.
Just a second. Sorry. I want to see what she's talking about. I can read.
And later today,
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Police officer.
We don't like amoral bums to be on the police force, sir.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Bisha Buxton claims PR firm owner Juliet Mary falsely accused her of an assault. Juliet claims Bisha barged into her office out of control.
Now, if you hired her, and if you felt as if she wasn't doing a good job for you, then you shouldn't have even considered an additional 3-month extension on the contract. You did consider...
Well, that wasn't the case, though. She actually was supposed to pick up this package. It's right here in her contract. I have it highlighted.
Listen to me. Mm-hmm. You must have been satisfied with her services for
I
those
actually
3
wasn't.
months.
That's why she dropped her rate for me.
Well, $2,000 is a lot of money for a PR firm.
It was
for a new
$3,000.
business.
She dropped her rate.
I said $2,000 is a lot of money for a PR firm for somebody who's just starting a business.
Right.
That's a lot of money. You paid it, and you paid her $3,000 a month for the 3 months immediately preceding that.
Correct.
So it's clear to me that you look like somebody who is sharp enough not to have extended this contract for an additional month, even at a reduced rate, if you weren't satisfied with her first 3 months' worth of representation.
Well, the only reason I did is because she brought about 3 opportunities as our actual contract was ending. Now all of a sudden,
Well, just a second. How long do you think it takes? You think you walk into a PR firm and you give them $3,000 and all of a sudden your product takes off and you're number one, in Fashion Weekly?
No.
It doesn't happen like that.
No.
There's a slow build-up. So after 3 months, if she gets you 3 opportunities, that sounds to me like it may be worth your while.
But
I don't know about that. All I know is you thought enough of her service to extend your contract for another 3 months, and you did so by sending her a check for the first month, and the opportunity that she had for you was in that 4th month with the radio
The opportunity
station.
was in the 3rd month. It was in the month where I was about to end.
When was the radio spot? What date?
In September. I have the email for it. September, along with other spots.
It was October 10th.
It was in September.
No, that's impossible.
Then why would we need
just
to
a
have the
second?
email?
It's impossible. Listen to me, Miss Buxton. When did you send the pocketbooks down? When did you ship them?
October 10th. She told me about.
So listen. You shipped them October 10th.
Okay.
You're telling me you shipped them October 10th for a radio spot that was supposed to take place in September?
She gave me the opportunity in September. She sent me the opportunity.
That's not what I said.
What did you say?
I said the opportunity was in the 4th month of the contract, not when you were notified of the opportunity. I said the opportunity was in the 4th month of the contract.
Okay.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Yes. I do want to let you know that right here in her contract, Juliet was supposed to pay for the carrier service. She actually breached her contract by not paying for that. And that was why I resulted in ending her services on that Monday.
I'm going to see what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah,
I went ahead and
mileage.
Just a second. Sorry. I want to see what she's talking about. I can read.
I went ahead and highlighted it for you.
I can read. Long distance includes carrier charges, MME.
Yeah, that's long distance.
Carrier
long distance carrier.
Long
Telephone.
distance includes carrier charges.
Correct.
The long distance carrier.
Correct.
Whether you should have picked this up or not, I mean, I don't know why you would send something by Greyhound anyway.
It needed
I mean, that's
you know what? It needed to.
Just a second. I don't know why you would send something if you were being responsible and if you knew you had this thing on the 10th. Why didn't you send it on the 9th or the 8th overnight by FedEx so that they would be there? FedEx, UPS.
I did overnight it.
What?
I did overnight it. I sent it that Sunday.
But you didn't send it to a place where it was going to be received.
I got it there the earliest as possible that Monday morning.
No. You sent it to another location.
That's what the local gas is for. It's in the 125.
I'm asking you why you didn't, like most people...
Because the purses weren't ready. The sewing company was doing additional...
just a second. So you weren't ready. The 4th month of the contract had already been started. She is not obligated to give you back any money. She had, in fact, booked something for you to do on the 10th. I think that you behaved very badly on the 10th when you came to her office. I think she had an absolute right to call the police because you frightened her. For some reason, you find your appearance here today amusing. I don't think that you behaved in an amusing fashion. You didn't
It's
behave,
not. It's her story that
you
she's
didn't
telling.
behave professionally. No, it's common sense. It's common sense that you were stewing, that you were fuming when you got on that plane and came down to her office for an hour. You were stewing that hour on the plane. You didn't walk into her office in a professional manner. You walked into her office loaded for bear. And because she didn't cut you a check at that point, there was a lot of yelling, a lot of bad language, a lot of slamming doors. It was not a pretty picture. And it was something that should have been handled far more professionally by you, not by her. If you're going to be in business, you have to handle things professionally.
She actually was screaming and yelling and cussing. She
didn't come to your house. She didn't come. Listen to me.
She hung up in my face, though.
She didn't hang up in your face, madam. She hung up on you because you were screaming.
She was screaming as well, though.
Miss Buxton.
Okay.
If you want to have a business and you want to be a successful business person, you got to learn to control your temper. Sometimes things go smoothly and sometimes they don't. Okay. I am certain that you were not happy with the ladies or the gentlemen who were sewing your pocketbooks that didn't have them ready on time. That be a fair statement?
Probably so, but it was on time. I have an email stated, as long as I got the bags in there by the 10th of October.
Where, into the Greyhound bus terminal?
That is correct.
You have an email that says, as long as your purses arrive at the Greyhound bus terminal by the 10th, it's sufficient time?
Not by Greyhound,
right.
but in...
That's what I'm saying to you.
Her 125 was for gas and local mileage.
How much was the plane ride to Los Angeles?
It was $200.
Money not well spent, madam. Your case is dismissed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I actually went in there, she argued, she yelled, shut up and sit down.
The really pathetic thing about it is had the attack not happened, I probably would have tried to work something out with her.
And then she made a false police report and a false restraining order.
But then her coming after me and battering me and having to get a restraining order and the trouble it concerned.
That was absolutely inappropriate. She hung up in my face. She should have never done it.
Yeah, I can honestly say that's the first time that I was almost in a chick fight.
3-year-old Nicole Hendershot is suing her ex-boyfriend, 21-year-old Kevin Gleason, for unauthorized use of her credit card and unpaid loans.
Order. All rise. This is case number 15 on the calendar in the matter of Hendershot versus Gleason. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Thanks, Bert.
You're welcome.
All right, Miss Hendershot, this used to be your boyfriend. And your complaint is that you made 2 loans to him. One was by giving him your credit card and allowing him to make some purchases on it. And then, since he wasn't paying you back, that you would get your money back as if he had a new job. And a new job needed new clothes. So he asked if you would loan him the money for some new clothes. You bought him $3,000 worth of clothes. And he paid you back nada. That's not the outfit she bought you, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's not GQ.
Kind of early gangster.
Mr. Gleason says that you were very, very nice to him, and all of the things that he purchased were gifts. How old are you, Miss Hendershot?
23.
Do you work?
Yep, full time.
What kind of job do you have?
Inventory manager at a car dealership.
You've been there for how long?
A year and a couple months.
How much do you earn annually?
Probably about $32,000.
Nice. You live by yourself?
I live with family.
You pay rent?
No.
What do you mean you live with a family?
I live with my grandparents.
Oh, so you don't pay rent?
I don't pay rent.
Eventually you're going to have to do that. You know, it's part of the growing up process, you know.
It's expensive
They
in
made
New York.
a movie about that. Failure to launch. We got to launch one day. And what about you, Mr. Gleason? What do you do for a living, sir?
Right now, I just signed up for the National Guard, Army National.
How old are you?
21.
Signed up for the National Guard.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you signed up for the National Guard, what were you doing to support yourself?
Nothing, really.
Who do you live with?
I live with my grandmother.
What does she do for a living?
She used to housekeep.
And what does she do now?
She gets a pension, I do believe, from a past job that she had.
So she gets a small pension and she was doing housework.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were just laying home and eating food, doing what, Mr. Gleason?
Hanging out, friends.
While your grandmother was collecting a pension and cleaning other people's homes. Is that what you're telling? I just want to get a picture of you, sir.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Hendershot, tell me about the first loan.
When I first met him, he told me that...
When did you first meet him?
Mid-September.
Where?
Through a friend.
You mean somebody introduced you to him as a blind date?
Yeah.
Take that friend and cross them off the list. That person is not a friend to you. That person is his friend.
So we met mid-September, started dating. He told me his ex...
When you went out with him, where would you go?
Movies.
Who
something
paid?
to eat. Me or him.
Where'd you get money from?
I get a check in the mail from my parents.
For what?
They're both deceased, so I get a Social Security check from them, each of them.
Until you're how old?
I think it's on 25, I do believe.
How much do you get?
Around like $675. It like fluctuates.
A month?
Yes.
Even if you're over 21 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
And laying around your grandmother's house?
Yes.
This is some America. Okay, so sometimes you paid, sometimes he paid. You started dating and keep going.
Told me he had just quit his job.
What job did you have?
I worked at a Volkswagen dealer.
Doing what?
Off the books mechanic work, like filling up tires, making sure the cars were expected and all that.
And how much did they pay you off the books for that?
About like $20 a day.
$20 a day? Clearly on his way up the corporate ladder. He quit his job, putting air in tires for $20 a day, and... Go ahead.
He said he was in the military, so he was getting a check from that, but it was going into a bank account that he couldn't touch.
He was in the military?
That's what he told me.
Go ahead.
So he asked me if he can use my credit card for his cell phone bill. I said, okay.
But what was wrong with his credit card?
Well, he had bad credit because his ex-girlfriend had run up his credit cards while he was in Iraq, and now he has
When
bad
were you
credit.
in Iraq, sir?
Got me.
What?
Got me.
Okay, so you gave him your credit card to pay his cell phone bill, and what was he supposed to do? Pay you back?
Yeah, he was supposed to pay me back. I also authorized him to buy a TV for his car.
A TV for his car?
Granted that he would pay me right away.
Don't you feel like an idiot? But I guarantee you this, Mr. Gleason, if you don't feel like an idiot now, by the time you leave here, I'm hoping for better results.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not George Clooney, you know.
I've learned my lesson.
Why did you need a TV for your car?
I said I wanted one, and she offered to get it.
Well, who got it, you or she?
She got it, and she said, you have to pay it back. And then, around Christmas time, she's like, oh, it's just a present for you. You can have it for Christmas.
You know you're going to get penalized for some of your stupidity, don't you?
Oh, I know. I was naive and stupid. I know that, and I've learned my lesson.
All right. When you got the bill, how much was the bill from the credit card?
I have authorized and unauthorized charges in September and October.
You have the bill for September?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it. Okay. Now let me see October statement. This is all his stuff?
Mm-hmm.
All of his stuff?
Mm-hmm.
What are you, out of your mind? What are you, out of your mind?
I guess so.
No, you're not. You're just a spoiled brat. Paid your credit card bill, paid your Sprint bill, you went to the drugstore, you filled up your car with gas, bought yourself a pair of shoes. Tiffany and Company?
He bought me my promise ring on my credit card.
Who bought jeans?
She wanted me to get jeans to go away to Florida to meet her parents.
You actually took him to meet your parents?
Yeah.
What'd they say?
We'll see.
Is that what they said to you?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see?
They said you're smart. I know you make the right decisions, and, you know, it's your relationship. You have to live it.
Now let's get to the close, Miss Hendershot. So after he didn't pay you back this and you saw that he was abusing your trust in October, you went out and you did something really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You continued to see him. You continued to be involved with him. And in January of 2006, you do what?
I bought him suits for his new job. He was a salesman, so he needed suits. So I offered to buy him. He agreed. We went to the store, and we bought them together. And he lost the job a couple weeks later, started another job, lost that. I never saw a paycheck from the first job. He had an agreement that the paychecks would go to me for the suits.
I never agreed to taking the suits. I never even wanted the suits. She just wanted me to be some white-collar business guy. I mean, we would go to stores and she'd offer to buy them, and I was like, I don't want them. And she'll sit there and pick a fight with me, so I'll just let her do whatever she wanted.
What about this stuff, sir? These are your purchases. You had the card at that time.
The shoes are not my purchases, and only one guess is mine.
Take this over, please, Bird, to Mr. Gleason. Have him look at that and tell me what he acknowledges. You see, Mr. Gleason, listen to me very carefully, sir. It's clear to me that there was only one card, and that one card, I believe, was in your possession. Now, understanding that, you may go through that bill and tell me what's not yours, but be prepared to be grilled, Mr. Gleason. Grilled, sautéed, and poached.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're a user. You're using the federal government to support yourself. You're taking advantage of your grandmother, and you took advantage of this young lady. You are, Mr. Gleason, at this point in your life, a bum.
And later today.
Am I scaring you? Am I scaring you?
No.
That's too bad. I must try harder.
Nicole Hendershot claims ex-boyfriend Kevin Gleason racked up over $6,000 on her credit card.
All right. The things that you circled are yours or not yours?
Not mine. The thing that I checked is the one that she wanted me to go down to Florida with, the jeans. And
She can't wear your jeans, sir. What your statement is that these were all gifts. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wrong. Did you tell him that the TV for his car was a gift Christmas time?
No. I said I'm going to pay it off since you don't have the money right now, but when you get a job, I'd like the money, because I didn't want it on my credit card balance.
Well, you can't have it on your credit card, otherwise you'll have credit like he did when he went to Iraq and his girlfriend racked up all those charges. She didn't make that up, did she? That you told her you had a girlfriend and that...
My ex did rack up my credit card.
When you were in Iraq? Huh?
No.
So you lied about that?
Yes.
When you lied to her about that, did you lie to her convincingly?
Kind of, because she wanted an image.
No, don't tell me what she wanted. I want you to tell me, like you told her, just like you told her. I was in Iraq, and my girlfriend maxed out my credit cards, and so I have lousy credit. I want you to tell me exactly how you told that to her.
I said when I was...
Look at me. Like, because you looked at her in the eye, right?
Kind of.
Tell me what you said to her, just like I'm looking at you.
I said to her, my ex-girlfriend racked up my credit card while I was away in Iraq.
Did you tell her how you paid off the credit cards?
Oh, I still have them going on dispute.
Why do you have them going on dispute?
Because she took my credit card without my permission. I gave it to her one time to use to help her pay off her credit card.
Yes.
And then she took my credit card without me, like, physically handing it to her.
Right.
And then I started getting bills in the mail.
How'd you feel about that?
I mean, it hurt, but...
How badly did it hurt?
50%, I guess.
50%. If you had 100% of a brain, it probably would have hurt you 100%. Since you only have 50% of a brain, it only hurt you 50%. Now, when you got the first bill, did you confront your girlfriend?
At the time, I tried to confront her, but she kept hanging up.
Did you sue her?
No.
Did you call the police?
I filed a report on it.
You did? So you were really angry?
Yes, ma'am.
Because somebody took advantage of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody took your credit card, somebody who you trusted, your girlfriend, and racked up a whole bunch of bills and ruined your young credit, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what'd you feel? You had the right to do it to somebody else?
No.
Figure if a girl can do it to a guy can do it to a girl.
Yes.
Mr. Gleason, if I were your grandmother, your bag would be packed on the front porch by the time I got home. It's time you grew up, because you're a user. You're using the federal government to support yourself when there's no reason for it. You look like an able-bodied, strong, well-nourished 21-year-old. You're taking advantage of your grandmother, who's living on a small pension and cleaning other people's houses to take care of you. And you took advantage of this young lady who cared for you, wanted only the best for you. You are, Mr. Gleason, at this point in your life, a bum. The sooner you start correcting it, the sooner you're going to be not a bum. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He used me to make himself happy.
I was hurt pretty badly about what my ex did to me, so I thought maybe if I did to somebody else, they'll learn or I'll learn. I guess I learned.
I think he got what he deserved, and hopefully I'll make the right decisions next time.
Mary Totsekian is suing her former landlord, Kazi Ahmed, for a security deposit, invasion of privacy, and harassment.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case number 2047, Totsekian versus Hamad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You had a house.
Yes.
Where?
In Sun Valley.
When did you purchase the house?
I purchased it 4 years ago.
How much did you pay for it?
We purchased it for $585, I believe.
And you sold that house to Mr. Ahmed, what month and year?
We sold it in, I believe it was January.
Of 2022?
Yes.
And you sold it for how much?
$574,500.
Where did you move to?
I moved to Palmdale.
Did you buy something else?
Yes.
And Mr. Ahmed, you took a mortgage out?
Yes.
How much is your mortgage?
I bought the house February 15, 2022, not January, and I pay for it $710,000.
So you paid $710,000?
Yes.
Not $574,000?
No.
Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, I might not be remembering the exact amount.
Well, that's a big, not exactly. $574,000 to $710,000 is a big difference.
Yeah, it was $710,000.
In one case you lost money. In one case, you made money.
It was $710,000. I apologize.
Okay, so $710,000.
Yes.
Yes, honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How much is your mortgage payment each month?
$5,100.
Okay, and when you sold Mr. Ahmed the house, you didn't have a place to go, according to your complaint, and you asked for a rent back.
I was in escrow.
But you didn't have a place to go. Whether you were in escrow or in an igloo in Eskimo, it doesn't mean anything. You didn't have a place to go.
Correct.
So you asked them if you could stay in the house and rent it from them. How many people are there in your family?
My family, it's 3 kids.
So who was living in the house? You,
It was me, my husband, and I have my 2 sons that are with me. My daughter doesn't live with me.
So you asked if you could rent the house back for a few months. He was nice. He said yes. How much rent did he ask for?
He asked for $4,000.
He asked for $4,000?
Yes, for 3 bedrooms, he asked for $4,000.
Your Honor, no.
Just a second. He asked for $4,000 even though his mortgage was $5,100?
$4,000. I paid whole total together with everything with security deposit, and I paid $12,000.
No. That's not what I'm asking you with security deposit. That's what we're here for your security deposit.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, how much did he originally ask you?
$4,000 was the.
Okay, well, that was pretty generous of him to ask for $4,000, considering his mortgage was $5,100, and he doesn't know you from a hole in the wall. So that makes him a very nice person to rent it back to you, so that he's at a loss every month of $1,100. Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
Great. And what you're doing here is you want your deposit back.
Yes, that's correct.
$4,000. And Mr. Ahmed says that not only did he have to spend $4,000 to fix the damage you and your family caused to the house while you were living there for those few months, but he had to spend an additional $6,000. That's what he says. He had to spend an additional $6,000 because the place was destroyed, because you had a disagreement with him over the date that you were going to be receiving your deposit back. That's his claim. So there were a couple of things that were sort of questionable to me.
I have not damaged, though. I have pictures of the house when I left. There was no damage.
That's fine. You're going to show them to me. Okay. The one thing that I found strange, so now I have the facts straight. So you moved into the house in February?
In the house?
Yes.
Yes.
So you rented in February and March?
Yes.
2 months.
We moved out April 6th.
Okay. Now, you told him you were moving out, and he came to the house to do an inspection. And that was before your move-out date. On what date did you meet together for him to go through the house? And let me refresh your recollection. You came to the house. He walked around with you. And at that time, he said these few things need repair. And there was not extensive damage anywhere. And when he got to the house, he rang the bell and he opened the door and you looked through the house.
Yes.
On what date was that? Do you remember?
The day that I gave him my keys to the door.
No. That's not the date you moved out. That's the date that he came there to do a walkthrough with you, your husband, and or children. I don't know who was there. And
Your Honor, he made a lot of walkthroughs.
No, I'm asking the last one that he made.
The last one?
Yes.
The last one he did, I don't remember the exact date, but he had 4 or 5 walkthroughs.
You remember the date? What was the date?
March 23.
And when you went to the house on March 23rd, and they had been living there all of February and most of March. Was the house in pretty good shape on March 23rd? Was it in the same shape on March 23rd when you saw it on April 6th?
Yes, because when I saw the damages of my house, I request her, what is this? I show her.
No, just a second. What did you show her?
About the floor damage, wall damage, and there is...
Oh, well, show me on the pictures that you took on March 23rd.
Okay.
He quite damaged it himself from his construction that he did.
Just a second.
He did construction while I was living there. For the whole 2 months I was there, he did construction.
Okay. You know what I find problematic in both your complaint and answer?
I would like to pass my evidence.
Just a second. Okay. I'm going to tell you what I find difficult in both your complaint and his answer. That when you left the house, you took the doorbell with you. When you left the house, you took the doorbell with you. Now, he bought the house. He's paid you for the house. You've got $710,000. On the day the house closed, there is no question in my mind that there was a doorbell. Okay. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have no right to take anything from that house once it's sold. You're a renter.
Your Honor, I believe I do, because on the document it says the only thing that I'm supposed to leave for him is the washer and dryer and stove.
Madam, that's something. Have you never bought property before, or are you just trying to be obtuse? I would never think I bought and sold dozens of homes. Never in one contract. And I'm a lawyer, my husband's a lawyer, grandchildren are lawyer, my children are lawyers. Not in one contract does it ever talk about a doorbell. It is assumed that you leave the doorbell, that you leave the toilets, that
was not a doorbell, it was a Ring camera.
I don't care if it was a Ring camera, I don't care if it was an MGM camera or a universal picture camera. It's not yours. It's part of the property. You have no right to take it. Period. Put your hand down. Sometimes when it doesn't appear that you're losing, you're supposed to be quiet. Do you understand? You have no right to take certain things. Once the house is sold, nothing there belongs to you. Nothing. You're a renter.
That was before the house was...
Just a second. Are you telling me that when you stayed there after the house was sold, for the 2 months that you lived there, are you telling me you lived without a doorbell? Are you telling me that you lived without a doorbell? No, you lived with a doorbell.
It's a ring. Your Honor, it's a Ring camera.
I don't care what it is.
It was not the doorbell. It's not the doorbell. It's a Ring camera. You can replace. You can take it off and take it to your next property. That's something that I bought.
You bought a lot of things in that house, I'm sure. Did you buy wallpaper? Did you buy flooring? Did you buy carpeting? You can't take it. It doesn't belong to you. It travels with the property. When you say it's a Ring camera, when you ring the doorbell, does that activate the Ring camera?
Yes, it does.
And when you took out the whole Ring camera, did you put in a doorbell?
The doorbell was already there. I never touched the doorbell. That's why I took the camera, the Ring camera, because that belongs to me. I bought that. I didn't touch the doorbell. That's part of the house. That's part of the property. It's in the wall.
Can I see a picture of what she took?
My doorbell is not here. Here is the point.
I did not touch the doorbell. Again, he did a lot of remodeling. He probably did all the damages himself. He's trying to blame it on me.
No, that's
You're not allowed to take it. Period.
I have a lot of evidence.
You're not allowed to take it now. So I'm starting with your case. You want your deposit back.
Yes.
This gets deducted from your deposit. Did you replace this?
Not yet.
Did you get an estimate for its replacement?
Yes, I did.
I'd like to see it.
Okay. And not only doorbell, Your Honor. She took the curtain rods and also all the light bulbs.
Just a second.
Okay. Give me some time.
I don't have time.
Can I please explain what really happened and what I went through with this guy from day one?
No.
He let me
right
rent?
here.
No.
Because I want to prove my case because he's wrong and he's a crook.
No. Madam, you rented the house.
Yes.
For $4,000 a month.
Yes.
A 3-bedroom house.
I paid him
amount. And you paid him the amount. And you stayed there. If there was something wrong with the house, or if you didn't like the fact that he was doing construction there, or he was coming in and out of the house, even though he was renting it to you for $1,100 less than his mortgage payment, okay? You could have moved.
Your Honor, let me just tell you that he promised me from day... He kept texting me over and over, bringing renters to show my side of the place to live. While we were living there, he harassed me every day by text messages and phone calls. Can I show the house? Every single day.
Who cares? I don't care.
But that caused a lot of tension to my family.
I don't care. Move.
She intentionally damaged.
Don't tell me what you intentionally did.
Sure, this is the damages this time.
I didn't.
Shh. I'm going to dismiss your case. Do you understand? 1, 2, 3. It will be my joy.
Mary Totsekian claims her former landlord, Kazi Ahmed, refused to return her security deposit and harassed her. Kazi is countersuing for vandalism.
Now, if you didn't like to live in a place where you were being constantly harassed, you and your husband now have a $110,000 profit from selling your house.
I gave him a $10,000 discount on that property. And he
did you understand what I just said to you? Move. Say, listen, it's not working out. You're bringing too many people in and out of the house. It's not working for me. Wait just a second. We'd like to move out before. Did you ever say that to him? The answer is no.
Because I had a lease with him.
Did you ever?
Just
a second.
Yes.
Did you ever say that to him? I would like to give you your property back earlier. We don't need it for 2 months because I don't want to be harassed. We're going to move out into a hotel until our house is ready. But you stayed there.
No, I told them that we can't keep having people come and knock on our door.
Okay.
I made it very
Madam, you're not getting compensated for that. You're a big girl. You made a lot of money on this house. You asked for a deal for him to rent it back to you. He said fine. He's going to tell me that he wanted to have his mortgage covered, and you were not prepared to do that, and you were not prepared to do that.
Your Honor, let me just tell you, the living situation for that 2 months that I was there was hell with him. He caused me all kinds of anxiety. The last day when I was supposed to give him the keys so I can leave, he opened the door and started arguing with me in front of my 11-year-old kid. He made him cry. He caused a lot of trauma to our family.
Your Honor, her son was not there.
He's a monster. He doesn't care about anything else. And then he did remodeling. Now he's trying to get the money out of me to pay for it because he's broke. That's
okay. First of all, this comes off the deposit, and then I want to see the estimate.
All I want is my $4,000 security deposit.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to get it.
His rent on time, just like a good renter.
Okay.
But all I wanted was my deposit back. That's it.
On March 23rd of this year, when he came to do an initial walkthrough with you before you were leaving, did you discuss deposit? The answer is yes.
I made
Just a second.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
And at that time, did he say to you, this needs fixed, this needs fixed? Did he say anything to you? Nothing. Did he tell you that he had, by law, 21 days to return your deposit?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you say to him?
I said, that's fine, I will wait the 20 days, but he
No, just a second.
Yes.
You said it was fine. I'll wait the 20 days.
Yeah, to get my deposit, yes.
Okay. And then what happened?
I have every text that we sent to each other.
I'm not reading every text that you sent to each other. I'm asking you after March 23rd. Go to your March 23rd texts.
I do have here.
He basically said
Not basically. I said go to your March 23rd and thereafter
I highlight,
text.
Your Honor, for you.
After March 23rd.
Yes.
Go to your, do you have text messages? That's
Yes,
what you
it's all
said. You're
here.
looking at me.
Okay. I have a March 23 here. He led me on in the text messages saying that you help me pay my mortgage, I will help and give you a security
I'm
deposit
asking you to show me
It's
the
right
text messages after March 23rd.
This is the March 23rd.
And thereafter, you pay deposit back when there isn't any damage to the house. You don't use my deposit for anything else. You hold it for damages. Here is the notice. I would like you to meet with you and your husband. Please let me know when you are available. Please don't threaten me with my deposit.
I wasn't.
He was threatening me.
I wasn't.
Please don't threaten me. You mean threaten me with my deposit. Can you show me where on the contract it says the washer and dryer stays?
That I found, it stays, and we did leave it there.
She tried to take with her that too.
Again, Your Honor, I'm just here for my deposit because I did my responsibilities and paid the rent. I was a good tenant. I kept the house beautifully clean and everything. I deserve my deposit back. That's why I'm here. I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to see him ever again. I just want my deposit.
I know what you want.
That's it.
That's why we're in court. If he felt as if you deserved your deposit, he would have
given
given
you.
you.
And if I left the house perfect, he needs to give it to me because I didn't do no damages to that property.
Okay.
He's lying.
Can you show me where the contract says the washer and dryer stays because I don't see it? I made it very clear to everyone that I paid for it, that it's going with me.
That was before I looked at the document.
Just a second.
Yes.
So that's before you looked at the document?
Yes.
When did you look at the document?
I looked at it. It was at home when I noticed it.
Did you respond to him after the 23rd and say to him, I realize that the washer and dryer stays?
No, because he's been threatening me constantly. Why am I going to respond to him? He's been a monster.
Can you please show me photographs of what the house looked like?
He's been a complete monster,
Show me
Your
what,
Honor.
just a second. Show me what the house looked like on April 6th.
This is the pictures I have. This is what it looks like. Perfect
Just
little house.
Don't speak. Just show me.
I'm just trying to say that I'm not here for anything empty. I'm here for my deposit.
No, that's not what you're here for, just your deposit, madam. That's not what you filed a claim for. An invasion of privacy and pain and suffering. There's a whole bunch of things that you're suing for. Okay. I see these pictures.
The house is in
just a second.
great shape.
Just a second. And is this your little dog?
Yes, it is. The house is in great shape. He has no complaints.
He's going to show me pictures. I'm going to look at them.
I deserve my deposit back. That's all I know. He wasted my time. He lied to me.
Can I see your photographs of what the house looks like?
Your Honor, this is the picture when I bought the property with good condition.
Okay.
And this is the picture for she intentionally damaged.
Don't tell me what you intentionally did.
Sure, this is the damages picture.
I didn't do that.
I'm going to dismiss your case. Do you understand? 1, 2, 3. It will be my joy. Anybody who takes out a doorbell ring or whatever it is and leaves holes and mollies in the wall, which is exactly what you did, just like the washer and dryer. Okay.
Your Honor, this is the previous.
Don't speak. Okay. Now I'd like to see the photographs that you took April 6th or thereafter. When did you take those photographs? On what day?
I start March 23rd to April 6th.
I'd like to see the photographs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, some of this damage, sir, that were in the door hinges, that's not damage that they did. That's not damage that I can ascribe to them. There are some holes in the walls. I know you're showing me this. That you have to deal with.
I sold my property to him as is. I did have tenants there. I'll tell you right now.
No, I want to know what rent the tenant was paying you. That's a number, not a story.
Mary Totzikian accuses her former landlord, Kazi Ahmed, of keeping her security deposit and harassing her. Kazi claims Mary vandalized his house before she left.
Okay, I don't know what this is that you're showing me in this picture.
Because there is a water leak from there. So the water goes in the cabinet inside.
Okay.
Okay.
I assume that you have some sort of insurance because they didn't do this damage.
Okay.
They didn't do this damage when they were there. I would like, sir, to see some of the pictures before and after. This is moldy and it's dirty. So they didn't clean the bathtub. Where are you living now, sir?
With my mom.
And who's living in the house?
I rented out.
What's the name of the people that you rented the house to?
It's Walter.
When did you rent it? On what date?
I don't remember exact date.
Well, you remember. You remember
Okay,
everything else. You remember
Okay,
April 6th.
okay,
You remember March 23rd. Now remember what day they came.
Okay. June.
So actually the house was, just a second, so actually the house was unrented for about a month and a half.
Right. Because I...
Shh, not a because. Now, how much did you rent the house for to Walter?
$4,000.
Could you explain to me why you're renting it to somebody for less than what you pay in your mortgage?
Sure. So here is the American dream, because I came here 2013 and I started live with my mom. So me and my wife working so hard to buy the house. We save every penny day by day, and we saw a lot of house last couple years.
I'm not, listen, don't tell me your life story. I want to know why you're renting the house for less than your mortgage payment.
Because, no, the people is very nice, and they said they're going to increase the rent January. They give me $5,000. That's why.
Do you have a lease with them?
I do.
You have a lease with them. And
Yes.
does the lease indicate that the rent is being raised in January?
Yes.
What?
That whole thing that he said that his place was not rented for a month, that's a lie, because he was renting the place out while I was living there. So he had renters all in the backside.
Just a second, you mean they were living with you?
They were living in that back house. That house is split with the wall, so there's empty rooms in the back. So he was literally renting it out, boom, boom, like right away.
Just a second.
While I was there.
Is what you're telling me that there are two sources of income from that house?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Mr. Ahmed.
Yes.
Listen to me carefully.
Sure.
How many tenants do you have in that house?
3.
Shh.
Oh.
Look at me.
Sure.
How many tenants? You have Walter,
Yes.
and he pays you $4,000.
Yes.
You have another tenant.
Yes.
Okay, and the other tenant is in the back.
Yes.
And what does the other tenant pay you?
Okay, the one...
No, that's a figure.
Oh,
what does
okay.
the other tenant pay you? Don't look up there. You know exactly how much?
$3,000.
$3,000. So you cover your mortgage, and you make a little money.
Yes.
Now, while she was living there, pay attention.
Yes.
While she was living there, were you renting the back?
Yes.
Yes. And how much were you getting?
Okay.
That's a number. Okay. Before you answer the question, think. How much were you getting from the people in the back?
Same.
Same what?
Because that's not my...
But just a second. What do you mean the same? The same as what?
The people used to live there long time with her. That's her tenant, not mine. She just transferred to me.
I see. So you had a tenant living in the back.
Yes.
You had a tenant living
Yes,
in the
Your
back.
Honor.
And what was the rent that you were charging your tenant?
I sold my property to him as is. I did have tenants there. Yes, I did. And one of the tenants, I'll tell you right now,
No, I want to know what rent the tenant was paying you.
That's what I'm saying.
Just give me that's a number, not a story.
1,000, and I would say 2,000 altogether.
Sounds to me as if everybody did very well. You have to pay for the doorbell. Now I want a receipt for the doorbell. The rest of the pictures are nonsense. And you had no loss of income. Just a second.
Yes,
I want the estimate for the doorbell. That's what I want. That's going to be deducted from the... Put your hand down. Otherwise, you're gone. Do you understand? Doorbell.
$84.
Estimate. $84.
Yes, something like that.
Do the math for me. I think it's $3,900, whatever. $4,000 less 84.
$39.16.
$39.16. Sir, I've looked at your photographs, and I don't see any damage that you can ascribe to the plaintiff that I think mitigates mitigates in your favor other than the doorbell, which I actually find outrageous.
Right, Your Honor.
And you had no loss of income. So clearly what you did was purchase this house and you make an income from this house every month.
After I pay my mortgage, and there is a service like expenses, and also there is a like utilities bill is so expensive now.
I don't care. 3916, judgment for the plaintiff. Your counterclaims dismissed. We are finished with this case.
Right.
Goodbye.
This court is adjourned.
I deserve my security deposit back. I did very well with paying the rent, and I feel like this was fair.
I'm not happy about it because I'm the buyer and I bought the house. There is a lot of damages after she moved out.
He was pretty much texting and having renters come and knock on my door every day without even giving me a notice ahead of time.
I was always giving to her 2-3 days notice to go in the property.
It was not easy, but you know, we moved on to something better, so.
She's still living in the American dream.
You know, this case is sort of an example of you read a complaint and you read an answer and you sort of have a predetermination of what the case might look like and how that shifts. Because when I originally saw these people, I said, you know, she took the doorbell and the ring thing with her. Why? And it was with the washer and dryer. She said, I'm taking it. It was in the contract that it stayed. But then when I got to know both of these people, Sarah, they were both a little bit of hustlers. Nobody told me up front that there was a back apartment that they rented. And I said, why was this guy being such a good guy?
Yeah. And he didn't say, well, actually, I'm not that great of a guy. I rent the backside and cover my expenses. I rent the back for $3,000 and it all covers his expenses. They actually, both of them, deserved each other a little bit. He didn't deserve another $6,000 in addition to the $4,000 because I didn't see that much in damage. I mean, you looked at some of the pictures. I saw some of the photos, and it looked like
holes, you know, from pictures in the wall.
But not like what he was describing in his answer, like punched holes in the wall and ripped up flooring. We didn't see any of that.
There was nothing. Anyway, she made a lot of money.
He's doing just fine.
Carlos Guillen is suing his former roommate, Nigel Pine, and her boyfriend, Gallo June, for property damage and stolen belongings.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Hello, Judge. Case 2121, GN versus Pine Jaum.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Guillen, you rented a room in a house that you were renting or that you own?
That I was renting.
It's a 3-bedroom house, and you live there with whom?
At the time, it was me and my sister, and then my cousin.
How long have you been living in that house?
I was living there previously with my sister for about 5 years, and then she then moved, and then it came over to me in 2020.
So you've been living there for 7 years?
About 5 years, yeah.
When did you decide to rent a room?
She came to me around early May, saying that she was going through a situation with her previous roommate.
That would be you.
Sorry, Nigel, yeah. Sorry about that.
How did you know her?
We worked together as servers. But then she came to me on the job saying that she heard that I had a room available and that she was going through it with some of her previous roommates before. She said she needed some place to stay, so I told her that she could stay with me until she got on her feet.
Is that the conversation?
No.
Okay, so let me hear your version of the conversation.
So someone did tell me he was renting a room. I did need a room for rent. As we all know, COVID did happen, so I wasn't in my place I had stayed previously. I was moving. And so I went to him and I said, hey, I heard you had a room for rent. He's like, yeah, girl. And I'm like, yeah, so I could pay, I can move in now, basically. Because I came to him May 31st, moved in June 1st, which was the next day. And he was like, yeah, girl, just pay $800 a month. Just give me $1,000 to move in. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm like, all right, for sure. It's like, it'll be month to month, and that was it. It was never like till you get back on your feet. It was never like a helping hand. I paid to move in with him.
He never said it was a helping hand.
Well, he did just state that I was going to be staying there until I got back on my feet, which was never the case. I was staying there.
But you needed a room.
Yes.
Okay. And the rent was $800 a month.
Yes.
And he asked you for $1,000 up front as security.
Yes.
And when did she move in?
She moved in on May 30th, Your Honor.
When did she pay you for June's rent?
Immediately. So the day that she moved in is when she gave me the money.
So she paid June's rent.
Yeah, she did pay June's rent, yes.
And what about July?
She paid for July's rent as well, yeah.
And what about August?
She did pay for August rent, but she does owe me for utilities. She's about 2 months backed up on utilities.
What about September?
We weren't there for September because the altercation already occurred on August 27th and 28th.
Okay, so she was there for 3 months and she paid you for 3 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Your complaint is that there was an altercation, and at some point during her tenancy, she brought in a boyfriend who's going to uncross his arms.
Yes.
Who was living with her.
Mm-hmm.
And when was that?
So she told me previously to her moving in that she did have a boyfriend and that he would be there from time to time. I allowed it. During his stay and while they were there, they were always arguing. It was like commotion, like every other night. He would punch holes in the wall. They would constantly get into like fights. So what happened to how this whole thing got about, one day I had came home and I actually have the messages here.
Those are the messages you had on your phone?
Yeah, between me and her men, yeah.
Okay, may I see
So
those?
he was
May I
standing
see them,
outside
please?
of the building. I came home around.
Just a second. I have to read them first, sir.
Yeah.
I don't understand what this is.
So I was pulling up to my house around 7 a.m. in the morning. He was outside sitting on the steps crying and smoking a blunt. He walked up to my car asking if we can have a conversation. I said, sure. He gets in my car. We're talking. He tells me that him and Nigel just got into a fight. Nigel kicked him out again.
He and his girlfriend got
Yeah,
into
he and his girlfriend, Nigel, had gotten into a fight.
This was on August 27th.
Yes, August 22nd, yeah. So we had the conversation. He told me that Nigel...
What were you doing at, look at me, what were you doing out at 7:30 in the morning?
So me...
No, just...
Me and Nigel, like the night previously, we had went out together. We got in pretty late. We were out drinking. We did get into a situation, but it wasn't a situation...
I just want to know what you were doing out 7:30 in the morning. That's my question.
I was just leaving and walking to my car.
Did you have a conversation with Mr.
We had
Guillaume?
a brief 2 to 3 minute conversation.
Okay, but you had a conversation with him. Now, you had an argument with your girlfriend the night before, you just said. What kind of an argument did you have with her?
It was basically, we went out, we were trying to have a good time together. It didn't really kind of end up the night how I wanted it to go. She felt how she felt. It was never an argument of, you know, yelling at her or like we were going at it. It was just like...
Well, you had been out drinking.
Yeah.
And when you were out drinking the night before, did you have any altercation with your girlfriend while you were out?
No.
So you had the altercation with her in the house?
It's an apartment.
Okay. Now, he works nights? What were you doing?
Nights and days, yeah. I'm a server bartender, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, he wasn't home when you were having these fights with this argument with your girlfriend?
Not even an argument, but no, ma'am, he wasn't
He
home.
was not at home. And when he came home that morning, you were outside?
I was walking to my car.
He was outside on the steps crying.
I wasn't
Just a
on
second.
the steps.
Sorry.
Wasn't on the steps.
Just a second.
Didn't have a
Sorry.
You have to understand, I move slowly but methodically.
Got you. Sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, do you work?
Yes, I do.
Where?
Security.
Security for whom?
I lied.
What time do you report to work on the 27th?
On the 27th, I went to work late because of the situation that had happened previously that day with the cops, and we have the text messages of me texting my supervisor.
What situation previously that day? He wasn't home. So what situation previously that day?
What happened previously that day was that...
Previously what day?
Earlier during the day, he had...
That was 7:30 in the morning. You hadn't seen him.
Sorry, I'm having
It wasn't the 27th.
That wasn't the 27th when that happened.
On
We
the
had the
22nd.
conversation on the 26th. Early coming back, it was 7 that day because we had got into it. I didn't see her at all after me and her had our little falling out. I'm walking to my car. We have the conversation. I go home.
You went home for what?
He said that I was living with her. I was never living with her.
You were.
You went home for what at 7:30 in the morning? What did you go home for?
To sleep.
To sleep. So what you're saying is it wasn't on the 27th, it was the 26th.
This altercation that happened with me on the steps, it either was the 26th or the 25th, but this happened way prior before the day on the 27th. The 27th is the day where the first police incident happened, where there was the actual dispute over him and her. He said that she didn't pay the first month's rent, which we have in the police report.
Okay, I've already determined all the rent was paid.
Right, but he has the dates wrong because the 27th is not the day that we got into the altercation.
What was the date?
It was the 22nd.
It was the 22nd.
22nd of August, 2022.
Yeah.
And I'm off Mondays and Tuesdays. So. I was off. I went home to sleep after I left the apartment.
So on the 22nd, Your Honor.
On the 22?
Yeah, on 22, which is a Monday morning at 7:30. I pulled into my garage. He was outside crying.
So it wasn't on the 27th?
No, it was on the 22nd, yeah. 22nd in the morning, yes, ma'am. It was 7:30 in the morning. He's sitting there crying. I come in. He asks, can he come in my car to talk to me? We talk. He tells me that him and Nija got into another altercation. She hits him. He stops her from doing what she wants to do. He said that Nija expressed that she's talking to other people and that she just wants him to leave her alone. He then asked me, do I know about her dealing with any men or anything? I tell him I've only seen her with one guy. It was some light-skinned dude who she went to the bowling alley with. But other than that, I didn't see anything. I told him, with me being 25 and him being 20, I said, you're a young man. You have your own car, you got a place, you're doing stuff. You should be living life. You shouldn't be, getting beat or dealing with all this stuff. Just be young and live your life, That's when he then...
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have that sort of a conversation with him?
Not at all.
Okay, tell me what...
The conversation was 2 to 3 minutes. I never entered his car. I was walking out.
No, tell me what you said to him.
I told him that me and her got into it. You might not see me around here. I don't know what the situation is. And he did tell me, focus on yourself. Y'all will be good.
Okay, so it's pretty much, so whatever. That was a discussion. You had a fight with her on the 22nd, and there was some registering some complaint. Mm-hmm. Sir, if you say you might not see me around here, we had an argument, it was registering some sort of a complaint. Yeah. You didn't leave there happy on the 22nd.
Yes, sure.
Is this... Right? You didn't leave there happy.
I never was upset, like how he's trying to make it seem. We didn't have this conversation of me being beat on or me crying.
You didn't leave... Mr. Jim, you didn't leave there happy that morning.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct.
You had an altercation with her the night before or earlier, and you stopped and had a brief conversation with him. I don't have to get into the nuances of it. You weren't happy. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the 27th, and you say you told him you're a young guy. You don't have to...
live your life, yeah.
Live your life.
And then he then thanks me in those messages that I gave you right
Okay. Would you tell me what you know with regard to the vandalism?
Once I opened the door, I seen shattered glass all over the floor. His room was completely vandalized. There was a knife in the wall.
Can you explain these photographs to me?
I can't explain the photographs. I didn't do it.
Carlos Guillen claims his former roommates, Nija Pai, and her boyfriend, Gallo Jum, vandalized his property. Nija is countersuing for a false arrest, tire damage, and cyberbullying.
Now, 22nd moves into the 23rd, 24th. Anything happened the 23rd, 24th, 25th?
On the 26th, I had got a phone call from one of my friends saying that Nija, at the place that we were working at, was going around telling people that I was trying to sleep with her boyfriend, saying that I'm trying to make him gay and that I go for straight men.
Just a second.
All this stuff.
Just a second. That's all hearsay, by the way, unless you have a witness to that.
Yes.
And I assume that you could have a witness to that if you like. Did you, Ms. Pine, have any conversation at work with any of your colleagues about discussions that the plaintiff may have had with your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Do you remember who?
It's actually another coworker. Coworker. A mutual friend between us.
Okay. And without going into the text of the conversation, were you registering complaints about Mr. Guillen?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor.
That's all. That's all that's relevant.
So with that being said, that following morning on the 27th, I then walked up to her room around 8 o'clock because, she's living in my house. I'm helping her out. She's talking about me at my place of business. So I went up there to go ask her, what's going on, what's happening. The moment I go up there, she's like, you're this and this and this. We start arguing at this point. Like, we're both yelling at each other. It's getting heated. She then tells me that she's going to have some dudes come and beat me up since I want to argue with a girl and all this stuff. Men then come to my home. 6 dudes come to my house.
How much later after the conversation?
This is probably literally 10 minutes after the conversation. This was very fast. She had these men come to my house. I saw one of the dudes outside. I was trying to, go outside and just be like, look, I'm not trying to do anything to her. We got into an argument. I'm hearing stuff. Gallo, out of nowhere, comes from a corner and tries to swing at me. Once he does that, I then go inside my house, I go into my room, and I look at my window, and it's 6 men outside my home. She then lets these men inside the house. They're banging on my door, talk about bring your outside and all this stuff. Oh, you want to fight women, da, da, da. All this mess, banging on my door and stuff.
Was anyone else in the house other than the two of them?
It was my cousin with me at the time.
That's not your cousin?
No, this is my witness, Imani. It was my cousin at the time.
A witness to what?
A witness to the next day, Your Honor. But back with this day, my cousin was with me. He wanted to go out and fight and do it. I said, no, we're going to sit here and wait. The police end up getting called from the neighbors because it's 6 men outside banging and cussing and making a scene. The police then get there. There was an officer who, I don't know if she already knew previously or who she was cool with, but the officer said that because I'm a 6'8" man and she is a woman, she feels intimidated by me and all this stuff. So he told me that the men who were there is allowed to stay there because she is a tenant there and that's her place, so they're considered her guests. Once that was said, Your Honor, I immediately got everything that I could and I booked a hotel at the Westin. I stayed there at the Westin for 9 days. That day, she was going around on social media saying that I was scary and that I ran in my room and that I called the cops, just basically talking smack about me on the gram. Hold on, Your Honor, I'm trying to find it.
If I may interject, if I may.
Not yet.
All right.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. But she went on social media. It's
Okay,
like,
just a second. So was what you're telling me you don't have that?
It might be in that file, yeah, sorry. But it's like a message of her saying like, oh, y'all won't believe who caught the police and ran in the room crying and like just talking smack, Your Honor.
Okay, here it goes.
Yeah, that's what she posted. Once she posted that and, people start hitting me up.
I see it.
Yeah. Once she started posting that, people started hitting me up. They're like, what's going on, and this and this. So I then went on Instagram and I had made a comment. I called her for short, stands for because she was going around saying that I was dirty. She went around telling me that I was dirty, so I just let it be known on social media that the only thing dirty was her. Since she was talking about me on the gram, I decided to, react.
The truth of the matter is, although it's not pleasant, that's what people do on the internet.
Yeah. I was just matching energy, you know? Yeah.
Got it. Let's get to your lawsuit, sir. So far, she's lived there 3 months and she's paid 3 months' rent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your claim is that during the time that you were in the hotel, when you were out of the apartment, there was damage done to the property.
Right.
Do you have photographs of the damage that was done to the apartment while you were out at the hotel?
Yes, ma'am.
May I see it, please?
Here you go.
Where did you go when you finally left the plaintiff's house?
After I got my U-Haul, he dropped me off to my uncle's house. And I stayed
On what date?
So I went there the night of the 27th, August 27th, 2022, and I came back the next day on the 28th to get my things.
Okay. So he left on the 27th, you left on the 27th after he did?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you leave as well with your girlfriend? Correct. Where did you go?
I went to my grandfather's house where I was staying.
And how long have you been staying with your grandfather?
All my life.
Where do you live now?
With my grandfather.
And where do you live?
With my uncle.
When you finally got back into your house, Mr. Gwillian, this is the way you found it.
Yes.
On what date did you come back? Did you find it this condition?
That was August 28th, Your Honor.
August 28th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I had woke up to a whole bunch of phone calls from my witness, Imani, and a family member saying that they were there. They saw the place.
You want to stand up?
Yeah.
Would you tell me what you know about what happened on the 27th/28th of August with regard to the vandalism?
I wasn't there the 27th, but we had a conversation that led to me coming to the apartment. So I came to the townhouse, retrieved the key to get inside of the house. Once I opened the door, I seen shattered glass all over the floor. His room was completely vandalized. There was a knife in the wall, but this was all like downstairs. Once I realized—
I'm going to show you these photographs, and I'm going to ask you if these photographs are a true and accurate representation of what you saw when you walked in on the 28th.
Yeah. Yes.
May I have them back, please, Kevin? Have you been to Mr. Gwillian's house before?
Yes.
Was it always in good order?
Yes. He's a clean freak.
You moved out on the 28th for how long?
I moved out on the 28th. I didn't come
Permanently?
back after that, yes.
Permanently?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you seen these photographs?
Yes, I did, actually. His family member sent them to me.
Okay. Can you explain these photographs to me?
I can't explain the photographs. I didn't do it.
Okay, fine.
I wasn't there, actually, and I have proof I wasn't.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Just a second.
Yeah, okay.
Just a second.
You cap.
It's crazy.
She may not have personally done it, The question is, he certainly didn't do damage to his own property.
Oh.
There is no... Well, if you have proof that he did damage
proof,
to his
Your
own property, then I'd certainly like to see it.
I do have proof I was not there, and...
I don't care whether you were not there or not.
Okay.
He can't show me he wasn't there, and your brother is not here, and he can't show me he wasn't there. So I have to decide if it was a stranger, the plaintiff, or this side, maybe not you, but someone acting on your behalf.
Carlos Guillen is accusing his former roommate, Nija Pine, and her boyfriend, Gallo June, of destroying his property. Nija claims Carlos had her falsely arrested and damaged her tires.
Right now I have damage.
What I would like to say...
No, I don't want you to say anything. I want you to tell me what proof you had that he damaged his property.
I would like to restate, I have proof that he did not care about the apartment, that when I moved in, it was in horrible condition, actually, and he's not a clean freak, and I wasn't there to vandalize the apartment at all.
Oh, just a second. I just asked you a question. Can't you give me an answer? It's a simple answer. You said to me, I have proof that he vandalized his property. Is that what you said?
Well, I have, Your Honor, if I may.
Just a second, I want to make sure that that's what you said. I have proof that he vandalized his property.
His property was vandalized when I moved in, is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, madam.
And I did...
Oh, just a second.
She says, I have proof, Your Honor, he damaged his own property.
Okay, so all I want you to do is show me proof that he damaged his own property.
Okay, so I do not have video proof of him doing it, but based on my countersuit and the fact that I was falsely arrested and the harassment, the lies, even the online post that I haven't been able to show you yet, that he is framing me and that he did vandalize his own apartment and he didn't care about it.
Just a second. I'm willing to look at proof of any proof that you have that he vandalized his own apartment.
So around the time...
Not so around, just show me.
Okay, sure. So what I have in my hand here, Your Honor, if I may, is this proof that before I moved in, the apartment was not well taken care of. And like I said, I don't have proof that he went in and did it himself, but I do have proof that the apartment was never cared about to begin with. And after he actually moved all his things out, which he claimed and stated on social media, he took all his valuables.
You can take these back. This is not what I'm talking about, madam. That's a dirty bathroom that you showed me. This is vandalism.
I didn't do
There is no question in my mind that this is vandalism. This isn't dirty house. It's disgusting. Somebody took powder and liquid. This isn't just sloppy and messy. This is clearly vandalism. So is that all the proof that you have? You said, I have proof that he vandalized his own property. I'm waiting to see that proof because otherwise there are certain things that ring true.
Well,
do you have any...
As far as that goes, I would like to recant that because I don't have proof that he did it, but I do have proof that I'm being framed, yes.
You have to understand, Ms. Pine, there are two things. Either he vandalized his own property, which I find is unreasonable because he would have to live with all this filth that's in his bed.
Well,
I'm speaking. I'm speaking. I would have to find that he took a knife to his own sofa and destroyed the cushions to his own sofa. And quite frankly, I don't know this gentleman well, but he does not appear to be psychotic. Now, I don't say that he may not be a truth teller all the time, but he doesn't appear to be psychotic. So no person who's not psychotic does this to themselves. So either some stranger in the night came in and vandalized his property, or you, your boyfriend, and or your brother, who, didn't you say that you called your brother to come?
I called my father.
Your father to come?
Yes, and my father called my brother, and he came...
Just a second.
Yes.
I knew I heard brother in here. Did your brother
but I didn't
come?
call my brother.
Okay. Called at least brother. I don't know if father came too. So I have to find if it was total stranger, the plaintiff, or you, boyfriend, father, brother, friend, whatever it was. So all I'm asking you to do is, do you have any other proof, other than the nonsense that you gave me, that he caused this serious vandalism of his own
house.
I do not have proof that he caused it, but I do have proof I was not there. And
I don't care whether you were not there or not.
Okay.
Do you understand? I don't care whether you weren't there or not. He can't show me he wasn't there, and your brother is not here, and he can't show me he wasn't there, and your father is not here, and he can't show me that he wasn't there. Do you understand? So I have to decide if it was a stranger, the plaintiff, or this side, maybe not you, but someone acting on your behalf.
To be continued. Albert Lee is suing pilot instructor Ed Meyer for damage resulting from Ed moving his plane.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case 2145, Lee versus Meyer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Lee, you are an amateur pilot?
Yes, I was yes.
And you owned your own plane?
I bought it to train in, yes.
When did you purchase the plane?
In, I believe, April of 2021.
Did you buy it new or used?
I bought it used.
What kind of plane is it?
It's a Cirrus SR-22, 2010 type Golf.
What did you pay for it?
I paid $420,000 for it, I believe.
Is there a mortgage on the...
Yes, there is.
How much?
It's $2204 per month.
You paid $425,000 for the plane?
Yeah, I put a down payment on it. The outstanding balance is $347,000. The payment per month is $2,022.
I don't need the payment per month. I just wanted to know what you paid for it and how much you put into the plane.
Yes.
The defendant is a pilot, licensed pilot, and he was giving you some training on the plane.
Certified flight instructor, yes.
It is your claim that at some point, you'll tell me when, that the defendant was operating the plane by himself. You weren't there, and he was moving it from one part of the FBO to another part, and he hit a cone and caused substantial damage to the propeller and the engine. And while you had your insurance did cover some of it, according to you, it did not cover all of the expenses, and you want Mr. Meyer to be responsible for that. So it's a simple question. Mr. Meyer, do you remember the date that you were operating the plane when Mr. Lee was not there?
Yes.
What date?
It was in April sometime.
April of 2022?
Correct.
Do you remember the date, Mr. Lee?
Yes.
What date?
It's April 22nd.
Would that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. And from what I read in the papers, Mr. Meyer had, in fact, taken you out, but then the weather got bad. You decided that you would make your way home and that he would get the plane home when the weather was better.
Correct.
And that was on or about April 22nd.
I flew home on a commercial flight the day before on April 21st.
And you stayed with the plane?
Yes.
Now, would you agree, Mr. Meyer, that if, in fact, you hit an object with the plane, it would be your responsibility?
Yes.
Because it would mean that there was some sort of negligence involved.
Right.
And then there would be the issue of damages. Mr. Lee, you were not present when this incident happened.
I was not.
Not present.
I was not present. I was able...
No, you were not present.
I was not present.
That's the answer. Was this witness present?
He was not present, but he was the one responsible for procuring the evidence on what happened and how the propeller was damaged.
Who does he work for?
He has his own flight school, and he also manages my airplane in terms of the maintenance and the upkeep.
Okay. Could you step up, please? Tell me your last name.
Last name is Williams.
Mr. Williams, were you charged with gathering the evidence to determine what happened to the plane on the 22nd of April?
Yes, I was.
And you're paid a monthly fee by the plaintiff to manage his plane?
That's correct.
Did you retain the defendant as an instructor, or did Mr. Lee?
That was both decided by Mr. Lee and Mr. Myers to fly for him.
But you
He's
did
an
not...
independent contractor. At that.
You did not have anything to do with, as the manager of the plane, you didn't have anything to do with selecting Mr. Meyer.
I did select Mr. Meyer to fly with Albert.
You did?
Yes.
Okay. Because were you the one who introduced him to Mr. Meyer?
That's correct.
When, Mr. Lee, did you start to work with Mr. Meyer?
It was probably a prior flight where we flew to San Francisco for a business meeting I had. After that, I believe it was...
In what month?
Roughly about the same month.
In April?
Yeah, in
so
April.
You didn't
maybe
know him for a long time?
No, not very long.
I'm going to get back to you in a minute, Mr. Williams. Prior to the defendant, had anybody else been an instructor for you?
Yes. Clinton was my primary instructor, but I flew with some other instructors as well.
But it wasn't until the month that this incident occurred that you had been connected with the defendant?
Correct.
Okay. Now, sir, how were you advised that the plane that you managed was in an accident?
I received a phone call from Ed saying that there was a problem.
From whom?
From Mr. Myers, that there was a problem with the aircraft after he taxied and did the run-up and returned the aircraft back to Signature in Las Vegas. We notified and contacted a...
Did you ask, what you would usually ask is what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Just a second, and what did he say to you?
He said that he was having instrument problems with the aircraft and he wasn't able to take off, so he returned the aircraft. At that point in time, I contacted a service center, had 2 technicians go out look at the aircraft, see what was wrong. At the time, the technicians found that they...
Don't tell me what they found.
Okay.
You can't tell me what they found. It's hearsay.
They send me pictures of the damage of the propeller.
May I see the photographs? Okay, so that's a fresh damage.
Correct.
Can I scroll this?
Yes, you may.
Or it's just one? Okay, so you have a picture of that. You have a picture of the cone that has a slice in it.
Correct. That's the object he hit. We also have a video showing the plane taxi and hitting the cone at the...
I'd like to see that as well.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
As you can see where the...
Just one second. Mr. Meyer, is that a fair and accurate representation of where the plane was before you moved it?
It should be on the last, on the far left side of that Learjet.
Okay. Oh. Mr. Meyer, do you see that you went over a cone?
It's interesting. I didn't even notice there was a cone.
You may not notice it, but you see it now.
Yes.
Okay. Your hitting of the cone caused damage to that plane. I mean, you're not talking about flying a 747. You're talking about a little single-prop plane? Yeah, they're like those planes you put together, used to put together with rubber bands. I wouldn't put my behind in one of those planes for all the money in the world.
Albert Lee claims pilot instructor Ed Meyer is responsible for damage after Ed moved Albert's plane.
Okay.
In all of my years of flying, which is pretty significant, I was an airline pilot too, I've never, ever experienced that in my life.
Okay, but you see it now?
Yes.
It's not an on purpose. It's, you know, that's why they call them accidents. We don't mean for them to happen.
Right.
We don't mean for them to happen, but you do see that the plane did hit a cone.
Right.
Okay, and I have photographs of the cone that has a slice in it, and the same kind of slice from one of the propellers. Now, so that's conceded that Mr. Meyer did, in fact, hit the cone, which in all probability caused damage to the plane, caused damage to the propeller. Now, tell me about your insurance.
The insurance covered the propeller. They covered the teardown of the engine. When something strikes the propeller, they have to tear apart the engine, make sure the components...
Do you have those,
that
paperwork for me? I'd like to see it.
Okay, so here is the insurance-covered portion, and here is my covered portion that I had to come out of pocket to pick up the plane.
Okay.
And I can explain both invoices. And if you flip to the last page, that'll have the total. Insurance covered about 60-something thousand for the propeller and the engine teardown.
Okay. So the damaged propeller, Mr. Williams, causes you to have to take apart the engine, fix the engine if there was damage to the engine. Am I correct?
That's correct. The FAA requires anytime you strike an object with a propeller, the engine has to be inspected in the component parts. So they...
Component parts of the engine?
Yeah, with the damage, potential damage of the engine. Internal damage that could be caused by striking an object.
Okay. The insurance covered how much, sir? Mr. Lee?
It's, sorry, it's on the invoice, 60, I think it was 63,000, 64,000. It's on the last page.
The last page shows
a deposit of
$63,000.
Yes, that's it.
The deposit was 40, balance due was 23. Did the insurance company pay the entire
entire
$63,000? This is what was submitted to them.
Yes.
Okay, now I'd like you to take a look at this, Mr. Meyer. No, I'm going to actually ask Mr. Williams to take a look at this document. These are the items, Mr. Williams, that Mr. Lee says were uncovered. I would like you to go through all those items and tell me which of those items relate to the engine and which do not.
Okay, is this the total?
Carefully, because I'm going to potentially ask you about each individual thing, because there looks to me like some things that bear no relation to an engine.
Okay, so most of the items you see that are airworthiness on the airframe are the items that need to be inspected or replaced from the teardown. So your item 1, item 2, 3, 4, item 5, 6, 7, 8. These are all items that the repair shop goes through the engine and assesses whether it needs.
Well, tell me how the brakes would be impacted.
I don't think
impacted by hitting the.
Which invoice?
And I don't know. But how brakes would be impacted by hitting a nose cone.
Brake lining, I don't know what that is.
Okay. Yeah, some of these items, Your Honor, such as one of these items, the brake lines, as you pointed out, is probably not part of the.
Well, that's what I want you to go through, sir.
Okay.
Do you understand? I want you to take a marker, a pen, and circle, because I don't know a whole lot about airplanes, but I know a little bit about airplanes. I know what's routine maintenance and what has to be taken care of, because a plane either falls on its nose or falls on its tail, both of which I've experienced.
Well, this is a small invoice. This is not your. This is a 12.
Mr. Williams, don't ask him. I didn't ask you to have a conference with him.
Okay.
I asked you to look at that. You're the management company. I want you to strike those items that are not related to this accident and go through them very carefully, because.
Can I make a comment?
Okay. Nope.
To you directly.
Nope.
Okay.
Can I ask you something?
Can you ask me something?
Yeah. Well, they should tell you those cones are made of plastic.
I don't care. They're heavy cones. You hit the cone, and the plane flew perfectly fine before you hit the cone. It didn't run after you hit the cone. You don't have to be a genius to figure out the cone caused, your hitting of the cone caused damage to that plane. I mean, you're not talking about flying a 747. You're talking about a little this is a single prop plane?
Right.
Yeah. Me, they're like those planes you put together, we used to put together with rubber bands. I wouldn't put my behind in one of those planes for all the money in the world.
The only items I can see, Your Honor, are 2 items that may not be related to the accident, items 7 and 8.
Okay. May I have that back, please,
Sure.
sir? And you are familiar with planes, sir, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're saying is item.
The circled item.
7 and 8.
Correct.
So we have.
There's a couple of invoices.
We have right and left main gear, but which is 143 plus 270 plus 66. What about item 9? Pitch, trim, jab, nut, loose. What is that?
Probably what they do during the inspection and the teardown, they go through the aircraft itself, make sure it's airworthy. So they probably caught another item or 2. You can probably put that on item that's wasn't part of the accident.
The big ticket items are adding up all of these items, Mr. Meyer, that probably have no relation to the accident which you caused.
Correct.
Still bring the total amount to more than this court's jurisdictional limit. Can you tell me, sir, why your insurance, Mr. Williams, let's go back to you. You manage this plane. Can you tell me why Mr. Lee's insurance didn't cover all the damage to the plane?
A lot of the prospective renters or instructors that everybody uses, or we used in this case, carry their own insurance for this type of incident. Their insurance covers basically downtime, loss of operation, or in this case.
You mean Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
Would have his own. Do you have your own insurance?
No.
No. Don't you do a check to find out if they have their own insurance before you recommend someone?
He had insurance, but it was lapsed.
If you have insurance that's lapsed, then you have no insurance.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you're lucky that he's not suing you.
Albert Lee is accusing pilot instructor Ed Meyer of hitting a cone and damaging his plane. Ed says Albert was already paid by his insurance company.
Okay. Mr. Williams, you were the one who recommended
That's
Mr.
correct,
Meyer.
we did.
Don't you do a check to find out if they have their own insurance before you recommend someone?
He had insurance, but it was lapsed.
Well, that he didn't have insurance. I get that all the time. If you have insurance that's lapsed, then you have no insurance.
Yeah. As a flight school, our instructors are required to carry the insurance.
Okay, but that didn't happen here.
That's correct.
So you're lucky that he's not suing you because you managed the plane for him. And you recommended him, Mr. Williams, you know. When you have a management company that manages your plane, they're supposed to make certain that if you have a certain kind of plane, that you have pilots certified to fly those kinds of planes. And if they give me a list of pilots and those pilots aren't certified to fly the kind of plane that I might have, then it's the fault of the management company.
In this case here, the plaintiff and the defendant were working together as far as their payment and the fees they were going to charge.
That's okay. They may have been working head to head. I mean, it was Mr. Meyer's fault, but I'm just telling you that Mr. Lee relies on your advice. What business are you in, Mr. Lee?
I do commercial real estate. I sell shopping centers and office buildings.
Okay. That's not his business. That's why he hires you. And if he hires you, he asks you for recommendations as to where to get the plane repaired for an instructor. Now, the fact that he may pay him independently, he's relied on you for information. So I suggest, Mr. Williams, that you tighten up your ship a little bit. Mr. Meyer, you're responsible to the plaintiff for the damage that you caused his plane. Why did you let your insurance lapse?
It had lapsed. I just didn't even realize the fact that it had lapsed. I just realized the fact that when this came about, that's what happened.
Well, when was the last time you paid premiums?
Probably about a year before that.
Anything else you want to tell me, Mr. Meyer? You owe him $10,000. You caused the damage. You have to fix it. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're finished. Thank you.
This court is adjourned.
I understand her point, the fact that what she saw.
I thought she's very fair.
These cones are made out of plastic.
It's hard to believe. It sounds like a gunshot when he hit the cone and triggered several warnings. And for him to say he had no idea, it's a little bit hard to believe.
They don't have much weight to them.
With the loud bang after you hit it, it's quite obvious that you should have stopped and shut down and inspect the damage.
There normally is never a cone at the 12 o'clock position. They're at the left side and the right side.
They place cones all the way around the aircraft, and it's part of your responsibility as a pilot in command to do a walk around pre-flight, make sure there's no object in front of your aircraft.
When I taxied out halfway down, that's when I recognized there was an ICAS message that came on.
I finally got it back, and no more student pilots won't let any CFIs fly for a while.
You know what I thought about in this case, Sarah? That lay people have to look at something, lay people, and while I'm a judge and have certain expertise, I have no expertise in reading slips that show what's been done on a car or an airplane or a train or a boat.
But we have common sense.
But we have common sense. And your brakes are not part of an engine. Yeah. You know, you have an engine job, and then you have a brake job, and you have a...
I saw where you were going.
different kind. And, you know, if you have an accident that impacts on the right driver's door, if you put in a new wheel casing in the left rear door, well, that has nothing to do with an accident.
Probably just an oversight. He did state that those two items were not part of, you know.
He did.
He did at the end. But it just feels a little uneasy when they try and slip those things in there, that just common sense doesn't ring true, that it comes from the
Yeah, you know, front, back, you know, the head of a horse, the tail of a horse, it doesn't fit in. And there's really no difference between not having insurance when you're driving a car and not having insurance as a flight instructor. Yeah, that's pretty serious.
I would think there would be a more rigorous check on that before you get behind the wheel of an aircraft.
Absolutely. You would think that there would be. Yeah. There's a flaw in the system someplace. Okay, I'm glad nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
Want justice? Go to judyjustice.tv.
Hello mọi người, chào mừng mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình nhé. Hôm nay thì mình có tô màu cho bức tranh về một bông hoa nha. Theo mình nhớ là đây là hoa dã hương thì phải. Loài hoa này thì sẽ thường có màu tím nhé các bạn. Bây giờ thì mình sẽ bắt tay vào và tô màu cho đóa hoa này nha. Đầu tiên là mình sẽ dùng màu vàng để tô cho cái phần nhụy trước. Sau lưng ăn màu vàng này. Mình nghĩ là có ai mất em rồi. Mình sẽ sử dụng màu xanh để tô cho phần lá nha. Đều dùng cảm xúc ảo để tìm niềm vui. Ta vội vàng ngứa thế. Lấy vẫn chờ đợi em. Bây giờ mình sẽ dùng màu tím để tô màu nốt cho những bông hoa nha. Mình sẽ tô cẩn thận để không bị chớm vào nhụy nha. về đâu? What shall I do? Và như vậy là bức tranh về bông hoa của mình đã được tô màu xong. Đây chính là thành quả mà mình đã tô được. Cảm ơn mọi người đã cùng mình theo dõi. Video của mình đây là kết thúc. Tạm biệt và hẹn gặp lại nhé.